Man, this chat box is gonna be the enemy. Okay, alright. Alright. Oh god, I need a second to decompress after that. Hey everybody. Can everyone hear the music? Can everyone hear my voice? How's the levels? This chat window was supposed to be black, but now it's white. Because that's what I could get working. Why? It's too hot. My mic is too hot? Let me go on Twitter. Let me just tell everyone that that this is live. I hope you're all having a wonderful day so far, and I hope that I can provide a little bit of entertainment. Just a little bit. Not too much. I'm live. I never get thanked for the snacks. No one ever thanks me. So thankless. Yeah, just give me 1 minute. Let me get my bearings straight here. God, fucking ridiculous. Your voice is too hot. When you're saying my voice is hot, do you mean my mic is too loud? That's usually what I understand when someone says you're too hot. Unless you're talking about my my devilish looks, which that would be a lie. Okay. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of people who usually like to fuck around and just troll people. Hey, I can't hear you. Hey, by the way, the left side of the video doesn't work. Hey, by the way, you're 10 minutes behind. Hey, by the way. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Please don't do anything sexual in this chat. This is PG rated. Come on. I can't hear you either, for what it's worth. Man, that chat situation, that pissed me off so much, man. 2 days ago. 2 fucking days ago. I set everything up. I did a test stream, and everything was fucking working. And, I put my computer to sleep. I didn't shut it down. I left everything up. And then I come back, 2 days later, I actually opened up everything. At like 10 a.m. Tested everything again, and everything was working. And of course, you know, 15 minutes before the stream, I'm just troubleshooting why the fuck isn't this chat box fucking working. Maybe that's my fault. That's why I haven't made a fucking video in 9 months. I get hung up on the details. It was supposed to be black. It was supposed to be black, but now it's white because I had to pop out the chat from the consumer side YouTube site instead of the YouTube studio site, which is naturally black. And no one cares. Alright. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone for coming out. I wanted this to be kind of a, like a special. In between whatever I got, you know, going on. I release a video, I do a live stream special, then you guys get the video, and hopefully a few months or so. That's, I think, the cadence I'm gonna go with, going forward, so. Yeah, it's been too long. Modern gaming came out 9 fucking months ago. And, it's so much has happened in that time, in my life, but you would never know that. Looking at my YouTube channel, you would assume that I released the video and then immediately, like, swan dived off a cliff and died, and no one knew because I'm anonymous. And that didn't happen. I'm still alive. A lot of stuff has happened. You know, I was explaining to people before this stream started, I didn't, when that video blew up, I didn't want to be a full-time content creator. I thought about it, like, the pull was tempting, because it's like, wow, who gets this kind of success right away? But, content creation is not for me. This is a hobby, so you guys will probably go for, you know, a while in between hearing from me or seeing content uploaded. I was active on my Twitter a little bit, but I felt bad. Because I would just tell people, hey, I'm working on it, here's proof. I'm working on the next video, I'm not dead, here's proof. And it just kind of seemed a little pathetic, so. Hugin, do you fear being a one-hit wonder? Yeah. I mean, I thought that I would be. After that video came out, there was, like, that was part, I'm gonna get into it a lot. I'm gonna dive into it, like, deep dive later. But I totally thought that that was not gonna happen ever again, and that was part of the pressure. You know what I mean? I don't bench a ton. I think I can bench, like... Oh, I haven't max benched in, like, a long time. So, there's a few things I wanted to talk about. This is probably going to be, hopefully no longer than a couple hours long. So I wanted to just talk about, just kind of give you guys an update, for at least the first part of the stream, just let you know what I've been up to. So, Modern Gaming blew up. Everyone knows, because that's the only video that I've ever made, according to everyone. No one saw my Bioshock video, but that's okay. That video's not good. So I put out Modern Gaming. It gets 500 views, I think, in 1 week. And then it gets, I think, 1,000 in 1 day after that week. And I freaked out. And then it was getting thousands of views a day. And, I think it leveled off somewhere around 28,000 views or something like that. And I foolishly, some of you might remember this, foolishly made a channel update video where my ego and pretension was so massive. I deemed myself so important to scream from the rooftops, "Oh my god, I cannot believe the level of success I've seen with the 28,000 views. I need to tell everyone what I'm doing and how I plan to monetize my content, because that's the priority." I mean, it's ridiculous, you know? So I put out that video. Everyone's really nice for the most part. I got a ton of positive reception, a little bit of negative reception to Modern Gaming in that update video, but really not a lot. It was a huge ego boost. Like, I was like, oh shit, maybe I can make videos, you know, that are entertaining. I never thought of doing it for any type of compensation, you know. That was a passion project. I made it for my friends. And myself. Like, I was just trying to make myself laugh. Like, we're gonna watch the whole video later. I'm gonna give a director's commentary, so stick around for that. You guys are probably gonna hear some of the origins of where those jokes came from. Some corrections I have to make. Because I got some stuff wrong, but I think everyone does. You know, there wasn't much of a proofread. I finished it and I sent it to my friends, and 1 day later I published it, you know, and I didn't think anyone would watch it, but here we are. So, yeah, and to whoever said, not gonna lie, I was worried, Darth, not gonna lie, I was worried at first that you'd go full paid Let's Player with the censorship and sponsorships. Yeah, I mean, that just sounds fucking awful, and I don't want to do it. I have some things jotted down that I wanted to go over. You know, after the video came out, I started thinking about what I should make next. I had a few ideas, and I laid them out in that update video. But... you know, it's kind of weird, man. Within like a month or two, I can't remember when it hit a million views, but fuck, it was really quick. And someone asked earlier, do you ever fear being a one-hit wonder? Yeah, of course. And so I was like, how the hell do I follow that up? I mean, I put out one video, I had 16 subscribers, and now, you know, fast forward today, I got 81,000. So how the fuck am I gonna live up to expectations, you know? So I was totally grappling with that, stressing myself out, and, you know, a few content creators reached out, and they were trying to be, like, nice and helpful and supportive. And, of course, the obvious advice is, don't let it get to you. Don't let people's expectations control you. Just make what you want to make. And that's easy to say, but you got a lot of people who really got attached to your video, and you don't want to let them down. Or at least I don't. You know, I don't want to let myself down either. I want it to be funny. I want it to be good, and to do that, I gotta really fucking sit down and not fuck this up. You know what I'm saying? So I had to not fuck it up or start making something that wasn't gonna be worth making. So yeah, for a while I was just kind of frozen. Didn't know what to do, didn't know where to go, didn't know what to start working on. Every idea I had was like, that's stupid. I'd be forcing it, and be another, you know, fucking video essayist, you know, with nothing valuable to say. Or God forbid, you know, a Let's Player. Never want to do that. So, I did eventually come up with, an idea that I did want to make, and, gotta give full props to my girlfriend. She's the one that totally made me realize that it was the video I have to make. She was like, you love ball games, and that's what the next video is about. It's about ball games. And we're gonna talk about it later. You guys are gonna get some sneak peeks at the new video later as well. But yeah, just totally unlocked, like, yeah, I guess I am passionate about stupid little ball games, so let's make a video about that. Let's make a totally fucking niche, however you want to say it, video right after the broad, just incredibly dense topic of modern gaming that everyone can understand, and let's narrow it down to video games that are physics-based ball games. That'll be great. And no, we're not talking about sports ball games. Not talking about football, we're not talking about soccer. We're talking about stuff like Marble Blast, you know, Super Monkey Ball, stuff like that. And those games are, for the most part, they're gone. Super Monkey Ball is they have a new game coming out on the Switch, but who knows if that's going to be any good. I mean, oh, you know what? We're talking about ball games? Here's some ball game footage. There we go. Some stuff that I recorded that's actually going to be in the video. This might be infuriating to watch because I just restart stuff constantly. I'm one of those people that needs the platinum time or the gold time or whatever. So if I don't get it, I'm just going to restart obsessively, you know. Yeah, Peggle was good. Peggle was good. Yeah, Marble It Up was dope. I think I have some entertaining things to say about it. Yeah, that's kind of where I've been. I mean, obviously, I've been working. You know, I have a career. I have a full-time job, and that took up pretty much all of my stress. Like, there was a lot of projects and stuff at work that were overriding any patience or work ethic as far as making YouTube content as a hobby. And so I said I would come back to it when I can, when I mentally can, and yeah, and I just feel bad, you know, I put out that video so long ago, so I wanted to at least say hi to everyone, say, hey, how's it going? You know, I'm still here, I still want to make stuff. So yeah, I wanted to just kind of thank all of you for taking time out of your day to watch this stream. We're going to talk about some fun stuff. We're going to follow up modern gaming with some news and just like a commentary on the modern gaming videos. So modern gaming is going to be a topic of discussion today. We're going to talk about ball games. We're going to oh yeah, we're going to do a Q&A at one point. No, don't stream. Yeah, this is not going to be a regular thing. This is a special, you know? This is a thank you special. And then we're going to spotlight some of the old YouTube videos that I loved and grew up watching as a child. And some of the stuff that super influenced the modern gaming video. Like, I'll totally admit that I've ripped off some like old school creators. Like, the energy of the modern gaming video was like 100%, like totally just taken from people I looked up to. We'll do a Q&A at the end. That's how we'll wrap up. And that's probably... Okay, so there's another thing I wanted to talk about. There's 3 things I want to accomplish with this stream. I want to speed run becoming a lol cow as fast as possible. I want to become as drunk as Nick Rekieta did on his last stream. And I want to make sure my ego and pretension is at a maximum. Just full speed, 88 miles an hour throughout this entire live stream. Just the biggest, most obnoxiously shitty ego and pretension you've ever seen. Yeah, and if you guys don't know that Nick Rekieta drama, whew, that was rough. You know, I don't know much about him. I just know that he got way too drunk, probably coked out of his mind, and his life seems to be falling apart. And that's not good for anyone. I hope, you know, I hope he makes it through it. Okay, so modern gaming. Let me just make sure that I have the right tabs open here, because we're gonna switch over to, let's see, new tab. Man, OBS is such a pain in the fucking ass. Come on. Again, I tested this, and it worked just fine until it didn't. Let's see, properties, Steam Deck. There we go. So, one of the things I wanted to follow up modern gaming with and talk about is the Steam Deck. Modern gaming, that video was honestly kind of a... It was like a goodbye. Like, it was announcing my departure from gaming, you know? Months after I put out modern gaming, I didn't play, like, any video games for a while after that, you know? It was kind of sad, but that was basically, like, my goodbye letter, you know? But there was one night where I was watching some stuff on the Steam Deck, and initially when it came out, I kind of wrote it off. Oh, see, the chat is screwing up again. Oh my god, if it keeps doing this, I'm gonna lose my mind. Yeah, so I bought a Steam Deck, and I'm not even shitting you guys, like, the Steam Deck has changed my relationship with gaming. It is so fundamentally, like, a perfect product that I can't even explain to you, like, it was like the childlike fascination with video games came back. First thing I played on it was Portal 1. Then I played Portal Revolution, which was a Portal 2 mod. And then I just played a bunch of indie games and stuff like that. It is like the PC gaming indie game machine. And it is such a good product. It's so well built. And it plays just almost everything that's Steam Deck verified just flawlessly. Like the Mass Effect trilogy, the Legendary Edition, that thing can run at full res, which is like 1200 by 800, at 60 frames per second. And you get like 3 hours of battery life. It's just, it's awesome, you know? And it's perfect for traveling, you know? Sometimes when I have downtime at work, you know, now I just launch up an indie game and play something, you know? And what I've been playing lately is Rogue Legacy 2. This game came out, and this game is sick. I've never seen this type of YouTube view before. We're in Microsoft Bing? I don't even understand. But yeah, it's just a little platformer, and it's kind of like a roguelike, but it's a lot better than that. You know, you have like a solid progression through line throughout the whole game, and it's just a ton of fun. It's really slick mechanics, and it's easy to understand, although I will say there is a ton of like abilities and stuff to kind of work through, and it is kind of stressful. So, I mean, at least to learn. And it seems to be a long game. I'm typically not a lover of long games, because it's like, it's looking to be pushing 20 to 25 hours in full length, and I used to love just like an 8 to 12 hour game that was just done and over with, and you can move on with your fucking miserable life. Excuse me. But now that's not the case. Every fucking game is 60 hours long, and everyone's like, Baldur's Gate 3 changed gaming, and fucking, it's so good and so detailed, and every quest is, you know, it's a novel. It's on the scale of a Song of Ice and Fire, and you know what? I used to just like playing Halo 1, getting all the way through and saying, man, what a great weekend I had. Now, you play a full-length game, and you want to die, because you can't finish it, and it takes like 3 months. So, I've been playing Rogue Legacy 2 a lot. You know, a lot of cool games that, you know, you can replay, like the Crash Bandicoot games, Spyro the Dragon. There was a SpongeBob remake on there. All the Valve games run perfectly. It's a fun time. It's a really fun time. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, of course, the chat feed is frozen. So, I'm going to put the chat feed on top of the screen of whatever I'm looking at, and I think that makes it work. It's just not elegant. So, yeah, I mean, everyone loved Baldur's Gate 3. They said it saved modern gaming because all these studios are going to, they're going to understand, you know, that people still want these curated single-player experiences, which is true. Like, we all want these curated single-player experiences instead of these, you know, battle pass, you know, fucking daily challenge riddled pieces of shit, but, it's too long. It's too dense. You know, just detail for the sake of detail is not an inherent positive to me. You know, focus, you know, solid design, solid gameplay, and focus. You know, that's what I love. And I'm going to talk about it later, because that's exactly what good ball games are. Oh, what question am I annoying? Sorry, I haven't been watching the chat. I was looking at Rogue Legacy 2 on the screen. FromSoft, I'm not a fan of FromSoft games. That's just me. But I don't know. I'm not a big fan of third-person games in general. But I do really want to play Hi-Fi Rush. That game looks awesome. Because it's a rhythm-based game, and you know, I'm a musician. I grew up playing like Rock Band 2 until my shit didn't work anymore. You know, I beat those drums until they never fucking worked again. So, yeah. Steam Deck. Everyone get a Steam Deck, man. The Steam Deck OLED? Oh, the Steam Deck OLED. Steam Deck OLED. If I could spell it correctly. Why is this searching on Bing? What the thought I changed it to, whatchamacallit. Yeah, man, it is. The battery life on this thing is so good. It never gets hot. It's just a joy, man. Oh yeah, it comes with this nice ass, slick ass carrying case. It's easy to tear apart. I'm a big tinkerer. I actually don't use Bing. I created another Windows profile, like, just for the stream, and I wanted to use Edge because I have nothing in Edge, and no accounts would sign in. Like, if I signed into YouTube, like, you wouldn't see my name in the top right hand of the browser, so I figured I have to use Edge. But I thought I changed it from Bing search. I thought I changed it to Google search. No skins on the Steam Deck, but I think that's coming up. So the Steam Deck is awesome. Get a Steam Deck. If you're bored of gaming, like PC gaming too, the Steam Deck is a surprising level, like, it's a surprisingly, what am I trying to say? It just runs games a lot better than you'd expect. It runs so much shit that you throw at it good. Like, Doom Eternal runs at 60 frames per second. Okay, so one of the other things I wanted to talk about. Now, okay, I've gotten the positives. That's literally all the positive shit that I have to say about modern gaming. Everything else is fucking super negative. Super negative. Let's see, let's pull up this link. So, everyone knows Microsoft's fucked. You know, they're closing a bunch of studios. They closed the studio that fuck off. They closed the studio that made Hi-Fi Rush. They closed the studio that made Prey and Dishonored, Arcane. I think it was Austin, and everyone's pretty pissed. Like, I mean, how Hi-Fi Rush, you know, this, honestly, the reason that I wanted to play Hi-Fi Rush is because they closed the studio, which is kind of sad. I should have played it before, but everyone was so pissed off because Hi-Fi Rush was one of those games that was so positively received. Like, it was a critical darling, and Microsoft rewards them by saying, hey, thank you so much for all the fucking super amazing awards and indie game adoration and just, like, fucking critical praise from all across the board. Go fuck yourself and get out of here, clean out your desk, you're done. Get out, you're fired. It's just such a weird move. If you were Microsoft, wouldn't you want to just brag about how you got these, you know, tight and refined indie experiences that everyone universally agrees is great? It is kind of weird that you got these games like, you know, Call of Duty and, like, just all these AAA games that cost like $1 bajillion to make, and they can't crack 90 on Metacritic. But you get something like Hi-Fi Rush, which I'm pretty sure, like, gets, like, close to 100 or something, like 95. I don't remember how much it gets on Metacritic, but, and they just say, you know what? We don't need that. We don't want to be seen as a company that can make or foster good games. We don't want development that results in great games. It's such a short-sighted, stupid thing to do. It makes no fucking sense to me. Damn. We got a super chat from some... Let's see, what is his name? I can't see his whole name. Some crazy idiot. Hey man, do you like money? Thanks for the content, though. Really good shit. Of course I like money. And I like you. Thank you. So we're gonna move on to the next topic. A topic that's near and dear to my heart, which is Halo. Halo? I don't know if you guys know anything about Halo. Halo used to be this super not a big deal, no one ever bought it, no one ever knew about it, game that only I and my friends played, and we loved it. Halo 1 dropped, I think it sold 2 copies and no one cared. Halo 2 drops, you know, sells 5 copies and no one cares. Halo 3 drops, sells 10 copies, no one cares. It's only me and my friends that ever played it. But everyone seems to be upset that Halo 7 seems to be totally fucked. I mean, obviously everyone knows about Halo. Everyone knows that Halo Infinite was like the greatest sin to Halo fans. And not because the campaign was bad, because it wasn't. The campaign was good. I don't care what people say. It was the multiplayer. It was the live service aspect. And it sucks to see a game that has such great gameplay potential just be squandered because Microsoft doesn't know how the fuck to foster a good game dev studio. And that's all it really comes down to. Like, if Microsoft knew how to foster a decent development cycle or environment, this shit wouldn't happen. Part of the problem is that they only hired contractors instead of employees. You know, W-2 people who get, like, benefits and shit. They hire them from 18 months. The greatest part was that they built an entirely new engine based on contract work. So, like, all those people who worked on this brand new cutting-edge engine worked on it for 18 months, documented it as best as they can, and then they just leave. So by the time the game comes out, the dude who programmed the module that you don't know how to fucking use has been gone for 2 years, and you can't ask him any questions about how the fuck it works. It's just ridiculous. Okay, so here's the reason I brought up this page. So, seeing the massive failure of Halo Infinite, it's been determined that classic-style gameplay, which fans in 343's management insist that Halo 3 is based on, will no longer work for the Halo franchise. The severe drop-off in player numbers, as well as feedback from Reddit, as informed by the direction Halo should take, I don't really know what that sentence is trying to say. Anything Halo Infinite has done will be ignored, and Halo 5 is the blueprint that Project Halo 7 tentative title will be built on. So, what did Microsoft learn? Nothing. People loved Halo Infinite's gameplay, and Microsoft couldn't see that the reason it wasn't successful, or people didn't, you know, adore it, is because the post-launch support of the multiplayer was awful. you know? Me and my girlfriend, we try to sit down and play split screen over custom games. And it just never worked. Like, one of us would connect and it would turn from split screen to just one person, or you know, we'd never connect. It would just be hanging on it forever. Split screen and multiplayer just seemed to be broken for a while. Forge, you needed to... The chat isn't set to top chat. Oh, okay, cool. All right, live chat. How about that? Mod, please. Oh, are people being dicks in here? I was worried about that, but I didn't want to worry about mods. Mod check. Hits. I have no idea what's going on. What is everyone freaking out about? Can someone explain it to me? All right, whatever. Well, I'll keep explaining what I'm talking about. So, the Forge comes out. You need a degree in game development to fucking use it. Halo 3, Halo Reach, those games had the most intuitive, the best Forge maps, or the best Forge like tools. Anyone could just walk up and start using it. I'm not seeing anybody spam, though. Alright. Who's willing to hang around for a couple hours? I'll just give a mod. I mean, I don't care. Just don't abuse it. Alright, there. Darth. Let's see. Add as moderator. There you go, Darth. Okay, so if anyone has anything to say, anything to complain to Darth. So yeah, I grew up on Halo, man. I was 6 years old when Halo 1 came out. You know, Halo 2, Xbox Live changed the fundamental nature of online gaming. Halo 3, like, experimented with early live service elements. Like, they had, like, temporary, like, playlists and stuff you could play in. They would feature maps, like, made by the community. Gameplay was phenomenal, you know, basically for about a decade, and then it handed to 343, a studio who hates Halo, and could never get anything right, and can't design a fucking Halo level to save their ass. You know, they make everything look plasticky, and they start getting everyone into everyone's good graces in Halo Infinite by making it, you know, the old art style, and, you know, great fundamentals in gameplay and stuff. And, what's up, Kelsky? That dude makes amazing videos. Go watch all of his stuff, if you don't know who Kelsky is. Yeah, so the key takeaway Microsoft takes away is, well, people aren't playing Halo Infinite because of our horrible support, so let's go back to Halo 5, the game that everyone bitched about and said looked horrible and was pay to win and, you know, all this stuff. Let's make it more live service battle pass schlock, you know, infinite grind, minimum fun. So Halo 7 is totally fucked. I mean, it just sucks. Like, oh, of course I'm Team Classic Halo. Oh god. You know, I even liked Halo Infinite when it came out. It's a controversial opinion. I know a lot of people didn't like the Halo Infinite campaign. Halo 4 and 5 campaign, didn't like those, but I love Halo Infinite's campaign. I thought it was fun. You know, it had that open world element, yeah, but the gameplay was so good and that grapple hook was just so goddamn fun that I couldn't put it down. Yeah. So, it doesn't look like there's a future for Halo. Which sucks, you know, it has so much potential to just be a consistent, like, amazing, franchise. It's such a good canvas for whatever you want to put on top of it, but there's some fundamentals you have to get right, you know? And I really think the main thing that Infinite is missing is an easy-to-use fucking Forge mode that people can just make their dumb little maps. But now you have to be a game developer with a master's degree in fucking scripting just to make a map. And I hate it. It makes me mad. It's not fun. And the custom games are still broken, and I really don't like grinding for battle passes, as you guys can probably imagine. So I quit playing Halo Infinite a long time ago. Not as like a performative gesture, I just never found myself wanting to go back and play it. As fun as the game is, there's only so much I can take on playing, you know, the same maps over and over again, or just bad Forge maps that are too busy, like put in the playlists. You know, busy Forge maps where people got overly eager placing fucking everything. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Let's move on. So Halo's done. We all know Halo's done. If you know anything about modern gaming, you know Halo's done. Let's see. Let's go to YouTube. Bad at Googling, because it's not a browser I'm used to. Let's see. Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2. Let's just do trailer. Everyone knows Helldivers 2. Everyone knows that it was a huge smash success. I never heard of Helldivers 2 until, you know, everyone started jizzing about it. And from what I understand, you know, it's funny, I actually have a friend who started playing this game, and I asked him, okay, so what is the game? You know, what is Helldivers 2? Is it a live service game? And instead of a yes or no answer, all I got was a 2-minute explanation about how funny it is and how it's fun. Okay, what kind of game is it? Is it PvP or is it PvE? Well, it's like satirical, man. It's like really funny. So I'm ready to tear my fucking hair out because I'm not getting a clear explanation of what the game is. And I still don't really know. I think it's PvE. It's PvE, right? Can anyone confirm or deny that? Anyone be a politician and get up on the podium and say, I can confirm that it is a PvE game? PvE only. Okay. So, I mean, I hope it's fun. It seems to be that everyone is, just... Kelsky's giving me a hard time for not playing this game. Yeah, it's because I said earlier, before you were here, Kelsky, that my modern gaming video was kind of my goodbye letter to gaming. So there's a lot that I missed. I hope Helldivers 2 is fun. Like, if people are having fun playing it, that's cool. It's one of the few success stories I've heard recently, like a live service that people have fun with, so that's cool. I gotta give it credit, you know? I guess maybe I'm not a huge fan of co-op games in general. Maybe I would be now. It just depends on who you're playing with, I guess. Part of the problem is you have to have, like, online friends who aren't the most fickle, like, what's the word I'm trying to say? Like, fair weather friends, you know what I mean? So, oh, you know what? And here's Kelsky's video on Helldivers 2. Pretty sure I watched this. And you know what? This video, I think, might be the only reason I know anything about this game. And you know what? I might not have even watched the whole thing. Sorry, dude. I think it might just be this disease I have in my brain now that anything that's even remotely tied to something called the live service, I think I just totally shut down. And I'm like, no. So, Helldivers 2. You know, modern gaming ain't so bad. It's got its successes. I think this might be literally the only one in recent memory, but it is one. Oh, and the Steam Deck. But the Steam Deck came out before my video. I just never had a chance to give it its props. Alright, what else? What else are we talking about? Oh, you know what's funny? I had in my notes to literally watch a Kelsky video. And that's Modern Warfare 3. Kelsky, MW3. Another hugely successful video by this this lovely guy. So Modern Warfare 3 came out. I don't know if you guys have strong opinions on Call of Duty like I might. But Call of Duty 4 came out in 2007. 2007 was a banger year for video games. Halo 3, Call of Duty 4, and the Orange Box came out that year, and I've never been able to get over that. That's such a fucking triple whammy of video games. Call of Duty 4 was awesome. I don't think it really got much better than that for me, but, so Call of Duty, massive franchise, comes out with the Modern Warfare 2019 remake. Yeah, dude, Kelsky's editing is, like, amazing. It just puts my video to shame, dude. That dude just has so much talent. Modern Warfare 2019 comes out. It's kind of a nod to the Call of Duty 4 game from 2007. Campaign is very similar. It's got a lot of similar themes, a lot of similar story beats, and I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was fun, and the multiplayer was good. I thought the maps were cool. You know, the Act Man, if you guys know that guy, he was bitching for a long time about 3-lane Call of Duty maps, where all you do is pick one of 3 corridors and get your head blown off by a fucking 8th grader. Sprint constantly. So yeah, it was a nice change of pace. It was a return to roots. Something Halo Infinite could have been. So, Modern Warfare 3, or I'm sorry, not Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 2019, great game. It does its thing for a gap year. I can't remember what came out in between that, but Modern Warfare 2 came out. It's basically the same as Modern Warfare 2019 in terms of, like, multiplayer. But they decided, they had this really cool idea. They got in a focus group, and they all bashed their heads against the tables until they had concussions and said, let's hire the guys from Hulu to make a UI. And then someone who just got done taking a fucking bong rip said, that's awesome, here's $1 billion. Make it happen. So they cobbled together the worst UI on the planet. They decide to write a campaign that has, it is the dumbest campaign I've ever played. And we haven't even gotten to Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 2, for me, it was fun for a little bit. Like, there was some, like, polished mechanics. Like, it was fun to play for a little bit until all of the nagging, agonizing shit surrounding it started to seep into your fucking soul. And then it was done. I was done playing it, and I said, man, Modern Warfare 2019 sure was a nostalgia bait, fun time, but I think Call of Duty isn't for me anymore. You know, and I never was the biggest Call of Duty acolyte, or whatever the term is. But I did like the old school Modern Warfare games. So, Modern Warfare 2 comes and goes. Not a huge fan. Modern Warfare 3 comes out. And, yeah, it's, oh, that's right. Call of Duty made this fancy thing called Warzone, where it's a total, everyone's obsessed with it, Battle Royale. It's Fortnite, but Call of Duty, and it's cool. Like, I played it once, and I didn't think it was that fun. I'm not a big fan of Battle Royales. Played PUBG back in the day, but that's it. So Modern Warfare 3 says we built this big old Warzone map, and we hired so many temp contractors to make these goddamn assets for Warzone. As a cheat code for quicker development, since this was planned to be a DLC expansion for Modern Warfare 2, let's just cheat code it and make the campaign Warzone open world objective style sandboxes that aren't fun, slow as fuck, and disjointed with a story that makes no sense. And if you want the whole thing broken down for you, Kelsky made this video on Modern Warfare 3's campaign being hilariously bad, and also it's like 3 hours or something. So it's just a total shit show. A total shit show, you know? All these AAA franchises, I always come back to this theme of, like, it should have been so fucking easy. It should have been such a goddamn slam dunk to make one... You already had the fucking formula for, like, a game... Oh, shit. There we go. Let's restart that. You already had the fucking formula for just a game that controls well, you know, and you have like a canvas for like a Michael Bay style action-packed campaign, you know, that makes no goddamn sense, but is a lot of fun. And instead, I don't know what happens in these goddamn board meetings or wherever they're deciding the fate of these games, but they all decide collectively to just ignore making a functional, good game. It sucks, because it should be so fucking easy. It should be so fucking easy. So that's Call of Duty. Every other Call of Duty game seems to be a total disaster. I mean, everyone hated Vanguard. I didn't play it. It seemed bad, from what I saw. Modern Warfare 3 seems bad. I didn't play it. But I know for a fact that it's bad. You don't need to research too much to know that it's bad. The fuck? I got a paper clip under my mouse. Oh, that's what I started fidgeting. Put a paper clip on my desk and then I got lost under my magnetic mouse. Alright, what else did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, just more suicide fuel. Pun intended. Suicide Squad came out. For all the comic book people, right? I don't know who this person is, but I'm sure it's, oh, Game Ranks, okay, I know it's just full of gameplay. I don't know, frankly, I don't even know how these games get made anymore. I know that if I was someone working on live service schlock like this, and that's its only sales pitch is to be like a quote-unquote infinite game, where all you do is do the same shit every day with nothing new, and just daily challenges and all this shit. But I guess people are playing it, so people keep making it. But if I was working on these games, I would quit within a week. How could you work somewhere making bad games? I don't get it. Like, these people can't like what they're making, right? Nobody likes this. Nobody sits down and says, I want to make a mediocre game that nobody will love, but some people will play. You know what I mean? This sucks. It just seems like this is like everything now. I know there's single-player games, and I know there's indie games. I'm gonna get to that, but all this money, all this fucking money is just spent on this shit. This fucking shit. And of course, it's so emblematic that it's another fucking comic book franchise. Like, the Avengers didn't do bad enough. So they have, Square Enix just blows all these resources on what could have been, I don't know, a Kingdom Hearts game with a sensical story that makes any sense at all. And instead they funnel all those fucking resources to a game that just some people will play. Does anybody like this shit? Does anybody like this shit? Hold on, what did that guy scream? Like, fucking pronouns! Does anyone like this shit? I don't know how to scream like that. I hope to be as good as that one day. Alright, I'm gonna let this hang real quick. Let me go grab myself a brewski. I'll be right back. Okay. Ugh. I'm drinking Lagunitas Lil Something Something. If some of you guys like beer, I'm sure that is a universal favorite. It is all reliable in this household. So Suicide Squad sucks. It's not a surprise to fucking anybody. I mean, was anybody surprised? Nobody was surprised. It's like that meme, like, and nobody was, it's like shocked Pikachu face. It's shocked Pikachu face. Oh, Suicide Squad? People didn't like that fucking game? Wow. I'm so shocked. This is my shocked face. Someone mentioned earlier, by the way, Jak and Daxter and Sly Cooper. Those games are fucking awesome, and I still replay them all the time. I actually emulate them on my Steam Deck all the time. I recently beat the first Sly Cooper. I love that game. Alright, what else are we talking about? Oh yeah, this is kind of interesting. So, you guys know how much I love Ubisoft. I love Ubisoft. They're my favorite company. They make great games that everybody likes. Quick aside, do I like bullet hell games? Rogue Legacy is kind of made by a studio who used to make bullet hell games, and they're cool, but I'm not a big fan. And yeah, Rayman is pretty much the only thing worth talking about that Ubisoft has made in a long time. So X-Defiant. I just got a notification that Actman was playing this, so people are interested in X-Defiant, at least somewhat. It's a first-person shooter. It kind of looks like every first-person you've ever seen. I don't even need to show footage on the screen. You know what it looks like. But yeah, they came out with something odd. This is Ubisoft, so I didn't expect Ubisoft to pull this move. The most important thing to know is there is no skill-based matchmaking in our casual playlist. And that really perked my ear. That really got my fucking groin going. You know what I'm saying? What a weird thing for a company in 2024 to do with their new matchmaking system. So, I don't know if it actually results in better player engagement. I would assume it does, because, you know, casual playlists in Halo 3 or like old Counter-Strike, those were fun. And that might be a lie. I think Halo 3's old matchmaking system technically had some skill-based matchmaking going on in it, even in casual, but it was a lot more forgiving. There was a lot more variation. So for Ubisoft to say that in their new game X-Defiant that there's no skill-based matchmaking was enough for me to, you know, it perked my ears. YouTube duck. And almost forgot the name of the game because it's such a weird name. Oh yeah, Game Ranks. You're like a footage farm for me. Thank you, Game Ranks. So it's got elements of like every Ubisoft game, and it kind of looks like Call of Duty, and it kind of looks like Rainbow Six, and it kind of looks like whatever else shit, like The Division. Like this looks like a Division map to me. I hope it's good, but it just kind of seems like a lot of these games that people proselytize and say is good, but really it has no identity. Yeah, and all these games have horrible UIs. Especially Ubisoft. Man, Ubisoft is such a fucking asshole when it comes to their UIs. Like, my girlfriend, love her to death, but she likes Rainbow Six, and she will complain and say, we haven't played Rainbow Six in a while. And I roll my eyes, and I pull out a gun, and I put it in... Never mind, I'm not gonna finish that sentence. But I'll play it. You know, it is fun. It's fun to enjoy time with your loved ones, regardless of what you're doing. And I hate the UI so hard. It's such an annoyance, and sometimes people will argue, well, it's not about the UI, it's about the gameplay. But if it really was about the gameplay, people would just play older games. You know, because the gameplay of games nowadays, like, it has such a less focused emphasis on physics and just quality of life stuff that it just seems like all these annoyances would just force me to play older games, and it does. But the problem is I've already played those older games, so I'll play them for nostalgia reasons for like an hour or so, and then do other things like brew beer or something. You know, I'll go on a walk. I'll go to the gym. Don't tell me Hulu also designed this fucking UI. So yeah, X-Defiant, new live service from Ubisoft. It's a good indicator of health, you know. Another first-person shooter is on the market. Wasn't there another first-person shooter game that was like free to play? That people didn't play. It might have been Ubisoft released, but I can't remember. It wasn't Crossfire. It was something else. I don't remember what it was. Oh yeah, and I didn't have this in my notes, but fuck Ubisoft for killing, like, the crew. I watched a video on how the crew won, the crew, end of life. I think this is the video I watched? No, was it this? No, it might have been this. So, Ubisoft is killing all live services for the crew, which is an online-only game, so you won't be able to play it anymore. And it was a racing game, an open-world racing game where they modeled a lot of the stuff after real stuff in the US, real points of interest. And from what I understand, people liked this game. Never bought it, but it seemed cool. It seemed like a cool concept. The problem is they followed it up with a few sequels. I think there's a couple. Yeah, The Crew 2 and Crew Motorfest, I think. And the problem is everyone loved The Crew 1 and hated the other ones because there was a lot more level of detail, I guess, in the first Crew. Like, the environments were made with a lot more care. And I guess in The Crew 2, they used the same map, but they removed a ton of assets for no reason. And I have no idea why they would do something like that, other than maybe optimization reasons. Like, maybe they wanted the game on PC to run, like, on a potato and have platform uniformity or whatever. Who knows? All I know is that people like The Crew 1 and they're killing online services for it. Online-only game, can't ever play it again. That's... Man, modern gaming. Modern gaming in a nutshell. Buy a game, good luck playing it in 15 years. Good luck! Sorry for screaming. Yeah, I'm not a fan of buying a game and then having problems playing it. You know what I'm saying? There's something wrong with the chat. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, we're gonna read some old comments later. And yeah, that's there's a lot of people who didn't like my screaming in my videos. Okay, Skymock says, no, for real, y'all hate the Hulu UI. I don't like the Hulu UI, but it is a UI for a video-on-demand platform. It is not a UI for a live service first-person shooter. That's pretty much the crux of it. Like, it's fine. It's fine. Hulu is fine for Hulu. You know what I mean? Okay. Okay. Give me a minute here while I figure out how to do this. Alright, we're gonna... can I put this into slideshow mode? This will be fine. Let me... Window capture. Properties. Photos. No, not that. Properties. Discard. Photos. Okay. Huh, it's not working. God damn it. Yeah, here's some Katamari footage in the meantime. I might just have to go to desktop. I might have to add a desktop source. Display capture. Let's put it down. Okay. Alright, we're gonna put you down here. I actually don't know if this is gonna work with the comments. Oh, you know what I could do? I can leave this window up. We'll just... Okay. Sorry, this is so janky. I'm not good at this, alright? I'm trying my best. We're gonna leave you right here. And I'm gonna have to keep re-bringing it up. Because I guess the problem with the chat not updating when I have it, like, not minimized, but behind other windows, is it doesn't refresh. So, we're going to shut you off. Okay. So, we got some banger comments to go over. These are comments that I got on the Modern Gaming video that I wanted to talk about. And this was by far my favorite one. You swear, therefore you are stupid. You have an IQ of less than 0. How is your IQ so low? Because you swear. You already sounded stupid from the very start. Swearing confirms that. Stupid, stupid times a million. You are stupid because you swear. The day I got this, I was pretty stoked. I was like, whoa, this dude's having a meltdown. Full-blown meltdown in the comments. Oh man, I'm sorry to this guy. I went to his channel. Don't engage with this guy. Don't talk to him. Don't harass him. But it seems like there's a few issues going on here. Like we got the Tails, you know, OC. You know, it's some kind of like idealized world that he might want to live in. Let's just put it at that. So I felt bad a little bit after looking into it, but it still is funny. It still is funny. Alright. Next one. So, this was also a prevailing sentiment. Let me pull the comments back up. I don't have to do this every time. It sucks. Until I go back to application capture. I'm your 30th subscriber. You know? This was a trip. You know, this dude called it. This dude called it. I became a huge YouTuber, and you guys don't even know about the grooming. Oh, wait, just kidding. You guys weren't supposed to know about that. This was another one of my favorite comments. But it is cool to think, like, man, one video, 81,000 subscribers. 81,000. But the one that stuck with me was this dude saying, I'm your 30th subscriber, you future fucking pedophile groomer. PDF file, not pedophile. Hilarious. Hilarious. I love it. Here's a good roast. I was gonna dislike, but your takes were so garbage, you nearly took me out. From lack of air laughing, so I hit like instead. Please make more. This was a sentiment I got quite a bit. Like, people who thought that my video was so dumb and, unlikable, and my personality was so obnoxious and brash, that, like, they hated the content. Like, they hated what I was talking about, and they disagreed really hard, but they thought it was funny. So they subscribed and liked, and I thought that was pretty cool, because the fact that, like, usually people who disagree with something just immediately write it off and they say this is bad, regardless of, like, giving merit to any other part. But there seemed to be a lot of people who didn't like what I was saying, but still liked the video, which is crazy, you know? I made a stupid video for me and my friends, and I got a lot of this. That made me feel pretty good. Oh, here's something I want to talk about. Everyone calm down. Everyone in the chat, you calm down, because we're about to talk about crunch culture. Did you seriously, unironically, and sincerely just defend crunch culture? The answer is yes, of course I was defending crunch culture. No, of course not. Okay, so there's a snippet in the video. You guys will see it later, because we're gonna do a director's commentary. There was a snippet in the video where I idolized Bungie for creating Halo under the crunch culture conditions, or whatever. I kind of said that, if you didn't understand what I was saying. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm surprised that there's a few people asking. Crunch culture is the expectation to go above and beyond and work beyond your scheduled hours, sometimes for or without overtime pay, to get a game delivered on time. So, I said, oh, okay, crunch culture, you know, it was nice when people were okay with it when they made Halo, you know. My point was poorly worded, and like I said, we'll hear the exact syntax later. I did think it was poorly worded. I could have worded it better. But what I was trying to do was proselytize people having passion for what they're working on. So much passion that it consumes their life. You know, some of the greatest works of all time, art, like movies, like games, whatever. Like they're made by people who can't turn off their brain. They can't stop working on it. And that is something I admire. So really what I was trying to do was admire passion. I wasn't trying to endorse crunch culture. Okay? But I think it is cool when people just are obsessed with what they're trying to make and make it as good as possible. So like I said, we'll get into that more later. We got... Let's see, which one is this? Making a video that developers or publishers won't want to watch is not going to help solve the problem. You're just pandering to an audience that already agrees with you. Do better at actually fixing the industry. And then I just thought this exchange was funny, I guess. It's been a while since I've seen a comment this detached, and the dude just goes, huh? Huh? Could you type it again? I didn't get it. Yeah, there's not much I can do to fix the industry. I don't work in the industry. I'm not a consulting firm. Maybe I should be a one-man consulting firm. Just tell everyone, hey bro, your game is hot dick. Like your game is like a steaming pile of dick. Don't put it out. Pay me for it. Pay me $1 billion. I will fix the fucking industry with that. I promise. Although I guess this, these are kind of out of order, but, you know, 31 subs, but he can cook, holy, you know? Yeah, I thought that was nice. Early on, you know, when there was, like, less than 1,000 views and people were commenting that, I thought that was neat. This guy... I love a good roast, and this dude just... like... Here's my message to everyone. Make every comment shorter, because this is the best type of comment. This guy isn't funny. I don't like this video. And so, you know, I understood that. I hearted it, you know, like, you know, my humor is not for everyone. I get that. It's okay. It's alright, man. It's gonna be okay. I was sub 200. Good stuff, good stuff. Definitely deserve... Okay, so I'm sorry, I can't remember taking this many screenshots of comments that, you know, sucked me off, but definitely deserves more views on how funny and impressive the video was. Oh, that's why this is why I screen capped it. How is shouting loudly and talking like a Redditor or a schizoid on /V funny to you? Truthful as well. It is crazy how low the bar has been set. So there was some polarized opinions on the video. Some people who thought it was like the second coming of Christ and I'm not a human and I made the funniest thing on earth. Or I'm like not even worth talking about and I'm like, I'm the definition of low bar, like I'm fucking Bert Kreischer or something. Oh yeah, another negative one. This is a good one. I couldn't bring myself to end it. If he just stopped making sexual jokes or screaming for a while, it would be a bit more bearable. Sad. It's a very interesting topic. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to say to this comment. It's okay if you don't like someone's sense of humor. It's not a big... Like, this type of comment doesn't even move my emotional needle. Like, I just kind of feel bad, because, maybe they're young, or maybe they're miserable. Like, you don't have to like the video, it's okay. In fact, I would go so far as to say if you don't like a video, don't watch it. It's okay, you can turn it off. So, yeah, I don't have much to say to this guy. But I get it, you know, my humor is polarizing. It does not upset me to know that some people didn't like my jokes, it's okay. Oh, this was another amazing argument. Video is 100% bitching about true thing that would simply be solved if you just played better games. Great video, keep it up. This is a positive comment still, but, oh jeez. My cat. Hi, Alki. Cat's name is Alki. You can determine what that's short for. She was clawing my back. Yeah, there was a lot of, and when I say a lot, I don't mean the majority, but there were a lot of people who were saying like, bro, your video is totally null and void because your problem would be solved. Your industry-wide macro view of the industry would be just solved if you just played better games. And you know what? I guess I don't really have an argument against that, because if we all just played good games, I guess he's right. Oh, this was another thing. A lot of people misunderstood what I was saying about the Jeremy segment and some of the things I was shitting on. Excuse me. Alright, bro. Why are Breaking Bad and God of War on your shit list? People assume I don't like Breaking Bad. I love Breaking Bad. I thought it was an amazing show. However, it is the default. Like if you go on something like Reddit and everyone just says, hey, everyone, talk about what your favorite TV show is. Do you know what 9 out of 10 of those replies are going to be? It's going to be something on AMC or Breaking Bad, which is both. It's going to be Breaking Bad or it's going to be on AMC, and Breaking Bad satisfies 2 of those conditions. But yeah, I love Breaking Bad. I just thought that to drive the point home about Jeremy being like a middle of the road consumer who just like loves whatever everyone else loves, I thought Breaking Bad was a pretty good thing to rail on. Oh yeah, Mark Rebier commented on my video. That was pretty cool. You guys know Mark Rebier? He makes a bunch of fun loops. This dude is really funny. And that's crazy, because he's watching an unhinged psychotic maniac talking about video games. Like, why? Doesn't make any sense to me, but I appreciated it. Oh, fucking Martin O'Donnell. You guys know who Martin O'Donnell is, right? Martin O'Donnell made the soundtrack for all the Halo games. I can't remember what the last one was. I assume it was Halo Reach. So he made the, you know, that was him, I think. Someone might comment and say, no, it was the other guy. But the fact that this guy had such a hand in Halo and fucking commented that he's not admitting that I was right about Halo, but he's implying that I was right. It's pretty cool. Oh yes, okay. Here is another prevailing sentiment. People didn't like that I joked about Ocarina of Time. If you've seen the video, you know that there was about a 5-second snippet where I dunked on one of my close best friends for liking Ocarina of Time as much as he does. So a lot of people just said, I stopped watching your video because you shat on Ocarina of Time. And that seems to be everyone's rosebud. Like, if you shit on Ocarina of Time, these people just lose their fucking minds. And they just have to, I don't even know what they do. Like, they probably just throw their phone across the room just in a fit of rage. They just can't handle, like, why is someone shitting on Ocarina of Time? I'm going to kill myself. It's okay. I don't like Ocarina of Time. I can see how revolutionary it was at the time, but if you go back and play it, and you've never played it before, and it's a very clunky game, and it's hard to get into, because it's kind of slow, and the controls aren't that good, and it's just fine. It was an amazing game, I guess, at the time, but I think you had to grow up with it. I don't think it aged that well. These people called me out. Why does this guy sound like Ego Raptor? So I have a very simple response to that. It's because I ripped them off. We're going to talk about this later, too. But yeah, a lot of people got on my case for being an Ego Raptor knockoff in a sequelitis series. Like, yeah, of course. Like, I loved those videos. I watched them when I was, like, a preteen. Well, not a preteen. I was a middle teenager or something. I don't remember when he started making those videos. But they were hugely, like, they were very ambitious for the time. Like, as a YouTube video. This smells like Ego Raptor! Yeah, fucking Spaz Kid animation. Yeah. Of course that was an inspiration. Of course. No, I am not Gen Z. The very fact this guy unironically thinks Back 4 Blood is better than Left 4 Dead 2 makes me think he's the same person as Jeremy. If you watched the video, you know that there was about a 30-second to 45-second segment of me secretly recording me and my drunk friends about how I was trying to say Back 4 Blood is better than Left 4 Dead. You guys get the inside scoop. You guys get the exclusive. The exclusive of all exclusives. I don't think Back 4 Blood is better than Left 4 Dead. I was fucking with my friend. I thought it was funny. And I recorded it, and I'm glad I did, because that's like my favorite part of the video. Just us having fun and me fucking with my friends. Hey, Alki. Hi. Hi. She wants attention. Love you, Alki. YouTubers need to stop making jokes about hard drugs. Crack is not funny. It destroys lives. So I just wanted to make sure you guys know you can't joke about drugs anymore. It's not okay. Everyone knows that it's not okay. Everyone just take a... Let me pause the music. Guys. It's not okay to joke about drugs. You. I see you in the chat. I see what you're about to joke about. You stop it. You stop it. You! I know what you're going to type. Stop! Stop. Stop. Alright. That guy's, that's dumb. You can joke about drugs. Yeah, this guy nailed me pretty good. In the video, I said Halo has the most patient fan base in history. And he said Half-Life fans. And I was like, yeah, okay, I guess you're right. Yeah, sometimes you just have to appreciate when you're objectively wrong. And this was a moment where I just didn't get it right. Oh, you guys get another exclusive. Another exclusive. Okay, first of all, we got the furry thumbnail, or the furry profile picture. Great start. Okay, I've seen this vid in my recommended like 100 times, and each me, I can never figure out what the fuck you are holding in the thumbnail. Guys, it's a rotten eggplant. Did any of you not know that? I'm actually curious, did any of you not know that it was a rotten eggplant? Because it is a rotten eggplant. It was pretty obvious. I thought it was a soggy plantain fair. It kind of looks like that. Okay, I brought this comment in because I don't agree with it. What actually ruined gaming is 3 words. Sweet Baby Inc. Guys, Sweet Baby Inc. did not ruin gaming, okay? Sweet Baby Inc. is a... Oh, accidentally. Okay, no, it didn't pause. Sweet Baby Inc. is a consulting firm that some people say is like conspiratorial to have like massive DEI, otherwise known as diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives pushed onto new games that come out. And I just want to say that I don't think that even if that was true, even if they were pushing DEI on new games, that a lot of people, you know, of course it's a very divisive topic. Even if they were pushing that shit on new games, the games could still be good. Like, I don't really care if they have like forced diversity if the game is really fucking fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't take me out of it to notice like a part of the like manufacturing process. Like, no one really got that disgusted when they figured out that oh yeah, someone's like sick of the Crash Bandicoot music. Sorry, man. It's kind of like my thing. But yeah, no one really got that disgusted when people figured out like that McDonald's kind of makes their stuff with like slurry. All right, just for you, Milk Drinker, I'm gonna pause the music for a bit. I'll give you a break, okay? Since you're the first person that asked, and okay, all right, fair enough. I'm gonna put a pause on it. I don't have any other music. Put on to insanity on instead of insanity. Yeah, people still eat McDonald's. They know it's all slurry. I don't know. I just don't think Sweet Baby makes games. I don't think Sweet Baby Inc. could make good games bad. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of people in there that assumed I would have that viewpoint, I think. That's why I didn't bring it up in the video, because I just don't care. You know what I mean? Oh, this was just kind of like a funny recent one. I hate pessimism. Me and my homies hate cynics. Wow, you're so mature. Also, it's all my homies. Actually. You know, I mean, come on, guys. I don't know. I hate pessimism. I don't know. You don't have a single pessimistic thought in your life? Come on. We're almost done, so it's okay that there's no music. That was like an orgasm of hate. Years of build-up and tension and energy releasing in one forceful and cathartic eruption. Nice. And then I thought this dude's comment was funny. It's the epitome of impotent nerd rage. And you know what? He's right. I remember releasing the Modern Gaming video. And I remember thinking, like, as soon as it started taking off, I was like, fuck, everyone's gonna think I'm like that guy. Like that guy just fucking spurging out as hard as possible. Like that dude who got popped for, what are these pronouns? Or whatever the fuck he said. I thought people would view me like that. Because it is like nerd rage, but I think the saving grace was that I was trying to be as absurd and exaggerated as possible. You know, it does piss me off, but at the same time, it's video games. Like, it's not real life, guys. It's not the lifeblood of your, life experience, you know, unless video games are your identity, in which case it is, but I think for most people, it's not like video games are death. You know what I'm saying? There's more to live for. Oh yeah, a few people said this. So people said I was influenced by Ego Raptor. A lot of people said I sounded like Regular Car Reviews. This felt like if Regular Car Reviews did a video about the gaming industry. Very well written, well spoken. You hit the nails on the head and drove them in one hit. This is how I feel and what I've been wanting to say but can never say, or can never find the words. Thank you for this video. Do you guys know Regular Car Reviews? Funny channel. Funny channel. I like that guy. I didn't know about Regular Car Reviews until after the video came out and people started saying, hey, this reminds me of this guy. Regular Car Reviews, not gonna lie, kind of similar vibe to my video, except it's about cars. Like a lot of like exaggerated similes and like non sequiturs that like make no sense, but there's just footage of this car, like this regular ass car. It could be like a PT Cruiser or a fucking Mazda Miata, and this dude's just like going off about like someone's drunken father, you know, and how it relates to the experience of driving the car. It's very, if you guys like the Modern Gaming video, go check out Regular Car Reviews, because it's kind of an unhinged channel sometimes. This is a good one for a last one. He cooked so poorly and so well in the same video. And you know what? I just thought that was a great neg. I'm a fan of great negs. You know what I'm saying? So, if you guys want to know how to message the next girl you match with on Tinder, just send her this fucking comment right here. You cook so poorly and so well in the same, and I guess you can, there's some blanks. You can put TikTok right there instead of video. You can put IG post. You can put you instead of he or she. I didn't bring in too many positive comments, you know, because I try not to be like an egotistical person, and I feel like that's just kind of an ego stroke. But I think we learned the first few comments were definitely an unintentional ego stroke. If you want positive comments, it is insane. Like if any of you guys commented on the video back then and are here watching this now, just know like how surreal it was to read all that shit. Like, there were some people saying it was like the funniest video they'd ever seen on YouTube. And that's just fucking weird to me. Like I never got props for being that funny, except for my close friends, you know, like there was a ton of stuff I made back in the day that I hope no one ever finds that I thought was funny and no one thought was funny. So, you know, this is the start of my YouTube channel, obviously, like the BioShock video and the modern gaming video, but let's just say it didn't start with that stuff. So, let's put on some hacking. Let's do this. Okay, let's hope this works. Is the chat gonna update? It will. Okay, okay. All right. I'm sorry, guys, but for a little bit, I'm gonna put on the Crash Twinsanity music. Just give me a second. I'm gonna be back in just a little bit. All right? Okay. Oh. Hi, Alki. Hi. Oh, okay. Hi, Alki. Hi. Hi, sweet girl. Hi. I love you. I'm sorry I can't give you 100% attention right now. Okay. You're telling me I gotta turn off auto mod? Oh, I just kind of assumed that it would be good since I didn't have a mod before you. Okay. Let me look up what I'm gonna talk about next. I think we're gonna do commentary. Okay. Let me... Dun 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 dun. Hey man, can we listen to Twinsanity music instead? This is Twinsanity music. Twinsanity Island. I'd have to go download it. Instead, I'm just going to turn it off because we're going to listen to my video instead. So let me pull it up. Let me pause it. Get it started. Oh, you know what's funny is I just recently put chapters in this fucking video. I had like auto chapters set up for like a long time. And that was like totally busted for a while. Music stream era. All right, we're gonna put you right up here. Okay. Oh, no. Window capture, that's what we want. Modern gaming. There we go. Okay, let me make sure that the chat window doesn't break. Oh, I think it's going to break unless I have it up. God, I hate YouTube. God, I hate it. This chat window doesn't live update unless I have it focused in the front of my other windows. Very odd. I tested this shit the other day. All right. Let me make sure the levels are good.
This Fall Guys. Have a battle pass! You want to escape? You want a whimsical adventure?
Okay. So, all right. Let me make sure I can pause and unpause. Nope, it's not going to let me.
Why does Fall Guys
I can use my earbuds.
have a battle?
Brilliant. Okay.
Battle pass! You want to...
All right. Here we go. Director's commentary. I will clip this for later. It's not a YouTube issue. Yeah, it's a... Oh, it's a Windows 11 feature. I thought you were shitting on me, saying it's not a YouTube, it's like a skill issue. You know, it's like a you issue. Oh, it's louder than me? Okay, fair enough. Let's lower it. Let me check OBS.
Why does Fall Guys
That
have
seems...
a battle pass? You want to escape? You want a whimsical...
Yeah, we'll keep it a little low. Okay. All right, I'm gonna keep this... I'm gonna keep this, what am I saying? I'm slurring my words now. I'm gonna clip this for later. So if you guys ever want to see my developer's commentary in the future, here you go. Here's where my mind was at when I made this video.
Why
So
does Fall
first line.
Guys have a battle pass?
Why does Fall Guys have a battle pass? Why does it have a battle pass, guys? That line came like this. I don't know if you guys know this, but this entire video came like it was born because I had a psychotic meltdown impotent nerd rage moment with my buddy on the phone. I think I was bored, and I think I was like 3 beers deep, so I was pretty fast and loose, and I was just talking about how much I hate video games, and that's where a lot of these jokes came from. Like, I just asked him, dude, like, Fall Guys is fun, but why does it have a battle pass? Like, the term battle pass is just an instant turn off, you know? All right.
Escape. You want a whimsical adventure? You want to fall back on gaming as a comfort crutch? Fuck you, grind for cat ears. This is modern gaming.
Yeah, fuck you, grind for cat ears, you know? Every game that has a battle pass lets you grind for cat ears. Every single fucking one. Oh, let me make sure I have some of my notes up. All right.
Don't be fooled by those who claim it's never been a better time to be a gamer. Modern gaming is the dick that'll say anything it can to fuck you. Modern gaming is the printer ink that deactivates itself if you don't have enough V-bucks.
You guys know about that? Do you guys know about HP printers? Do any of you have an HP printer? And have you ever tried to put third-party ink into it? It will deactivate your printer. It's not okay. Oh, okay, let me turn it up a little bit. Let me check the levels again.
Used to kill the era of the complete.
Okay. So I'm just going to try not to talk over it at the same time. That's what I'm going to do. Okay.
Cozy, satisfying weekend rental is over.
Let me just back this up a little bit. Sorry, guys.
Printer ink that deactivates itself if you don't have enough V-bucks.
Okay, so that's what I was talking about. Printer ink that deactivates itself. This is a real screenshot. I know it's like kind of off, you know, off rotation, but like, I couldn't use my fucking ink. The reason I put this in is because I have an HP printer, and at one point I messed up like the ink subscription service or whatever, and my ink cartridges that were full of ink, I couldn't use them because they deactivated them from the internet. What the hell? It's just ridiculous.
Modern gaming is the gun I want to use to kill. The era of the complete, cozy, satisfying weekend rental is over.
That's
games
true.
Are bigger than
Except
ever,
for indie games.
longer than ever, more broken than ever, and worst of all, less fun than ever. Don't bother getting your friends together to play the quirky multiplayer minigames from ATV Off-Road Fury 2. They're fucking done. The guys at the top are done. They figured it out. Video games are done. Recently, my friends and I got together to play some
ATV
old fun
Fury
games
2 was
facilitated
awesome.
by the Master Chief Collection, a collection of all the Halo games before
This part
Halo
was kind of
5.
exaggerated.
Exactly 0 people knew how invites worked, data installs for specific games worked, or how any of the cursed and wretched UIs worked. File shares were broken,
Yeah, this is all
clients
true.
were crashing.
This did
We all
happen.
fucking worked through it until
That all did happen. Like, we were playing Master Chief Collection, and we all just wanted to fucking play the game. And maybe you guys don't experience this because you're all Chad gamers and you know how to use a UI perfectly on the first time, but man, just trying to get friends who haven't played Halo in a long time to just play Halo again is kind of fucking difficult.
we were finally able to experience the bliss that is Duck Hunt and Jenga on Halo 3. But that's what modern gaming is now. A morsel of fun, wrapped in the most cynical pudding of broken code and $500 million budgets to ever exist. All right, listen.
All right, so my levels are still bad. I'm trying not to talk over the video. Alki, she's scratching a box over in the corner. Let me turn it back down slightly. Okay.
Listen, this is gonna be an unorganized video, and we're going to jump from topic to topic. There's literally zero way to organize my disdain and cynicism for this industry that currently stands, so let's just pretend that this is a
all
list
those
video.
videos shown.
What's the list video called? Top 18
Are all those games
reasons modern
shown?
gaming has made my dick
good,
stop
not
working.
good.
Number 1, Halo Infinite and Cyberpunk 2077.
The best jokes
and
are
No Man's
impotence
Sky
jokes.
And Madden NFL and Battlefield and Star Citizen. AAA games hate you. They hate the notion that they'd have to actually entertain you, so instead they just wish upon a star and promise.
You know, I'm gonna pause this just so you guys know what I wrote here. When AAA games like promise like that things are going to change over the course of, you know, their live service. Do you know the definition of what I wrote here? Like, it's a definition for a specific word. I'm sure it's pretty easy to figure out. Yeah, I know No Man's Sky shaped up, but it's it still doesn't excuse releasing a game that's completely broken. But yeah, the definition of the word that I wrote here underneath that says verb and all this stuff, that's that's for the word gaslight. It's totally a gaslight proposition to like string gamers along with this live service schlock. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It'll all come together someday.
Back for Blood.
Every Madden game that's released is trashed by the pros and littered with bugs. Literally every ambitious video game launches in the state that No Man's Sky did. Quote unquote, everything simulators like Star Citizen that promise the world rob you blind.
Let's pause right there. How much is that? How much is that ship? Does this just not like immediately enrage everyone else? Like, the reason I put this in here is because it's a complete non-starter for me. Like, how the fuck is this a video game? How the fuck are people defending Starfield? There were some people in the comments defending Starfield. No, not Starfield. Shit, I'm sorry. Star Citizen. Starfield is just another mediocre game. I think Star Citizen reached more than 500 million. I'm not sure. I know Halo Infinite was 500 million.
And fuck your dog. Cyberpunk 2077 had the audacity to have a great art style and amazing soundtrack, while also enacting Poland's wish for its very own divine showcase for overhyped technical buffoonery. And Halo Infinite has the otherworldly nerve to make a roadmap announcing the beta for Match XP as a fucking feature.
Real people
Needless
remember.
to say, very few developers have the ability to rein it in and have a pep.
Are you guys Halo Infinite fans? Do you remember when they announced that? Because I remember everyone just fucking going nuts. Like, there was all these excuses for Halo Infinite not being able to put in Slayer because of a UI issue, and then they fucking say we're gonna do the Match XP beta in like months with the launch of Season 3. I mean, it was just fucking insane. It's fucking insane. And here's Battlefield 2042. Don't even have to say much about that. I mean, it's just fucking beyond broken.
Talk good enough to stop smoking meth in the fucking break room long enough to turn their games around. Hello Games is the shining example everyone loves to bring up with how they turned No Man's Sky around from a broken, unplayable mass of shit to something that people pretend is fun to play. A pure sandbox without fluid feel still sounds like a bad time to me, but hey, some journalists changed their rating, so we all better go on Twitter and tell the masses the consensus has changed.
Yeah, all right. I'm sure there's a few No Man's Sky stands in here, because there was a ton of people saying, like, you can't shit on No Man's Sky, you can't shit on Cyberpunk, because those games are good now. And I know someone earlier said they were playing No Man's Sky, and I'm sure you're having a great time playing it, but still, in its current state, I don't think No Man's Sky seems like that fun of a game. I don't know. It just seems like a time waster. Like, maybe it's a hang-up I have with sci-fi games that aren't Mass Effect, but it just kind of seems like a time sink. Like, what are you actually doing? Resource gathering? Yeah. I don't know. And yeah, this next clip is totally on point when it comes to Bethesda shit.
Why even bother releasing the game in 14 months when we can release it in 15 minutes?
Literally.
Todd Howard, I haven't even finished the wall textures in the first level.
14 minutes and 56 seconds.
Hyping any video game up these days just leaves you with the same feeling you get when a beautiful girl doesn't appreciate your hard-earned 100% save file in Sonic Adventure 2. Disappointment. My Chow can run circles around you, Francine. They're champion fighters and can fly high so they can reach the highest of all the heavens, Francine. Why don't you love me, Francine? Number 2.
Who remembers Chow? Who remembers Chow from Sonic Adventure 2? Because that shit was dope. And I got a confession to make. I stole that footage from someone who knows a lot more about Chow than me. Yeah, as far as unhinged jokes go, man, I'm pretty sure I must have been, I don't want to seem like an alcoholic, but I'm pretty sure I was pretty drunk when I wrote that joke. I had how I made this video, I had a Word file on my phone. Like I have an Office 2019 subscription. I think I can use it on my phone too. And I would just, sometimes when I'm drinking out with friends and I have a funny idea, I would just like write it down. I remember just writing that down and thinking, man, I just love unhinged shit. And yeah, Sonic Adventure 2, the only reason to play that game these days, because that game is jank as fuck, is to play with the chows. Raise the chows. Yeah, it's very rewarding, because you feel like an actual parent sometimes, you know? Like, oh man, I get to see my chow grow up. I can abuse it. I can not abuse it. I can adore it.
You keep buying it. These games demonstrate the bare minimum for what could be considered software, and the market has spoken. We'll be angry, but
yeah,
God damn
this
it,
should have
take
been
my
number
money.
one.
Even though nobody plays these games after launch, they line up to buy it. It makes my fucking jaw drop. The amount of raw, unfiltered,
Yeah.
hardened, diamondized, reinforced, ionized copium surrounding the rocky launch of AAA games with $500 million budgets is too much. You all need to snap out of it and do something more worth your time and money, like getting a payday loan. Everyone fucking knows you're gonna spend it on FIFA's Ultimate Team anyway, you stupid fucking idiot. Number 3.
I love that joke. Everyone knows you're going to spend it on FIFA's Ultimate Team. Yeah, man, that should have been point number 1. That is the number 1 reason why these games keep getting made. Is because people keep buying it. People keep playing it. But for the sake of pacing in the video, I thought it was funny to put that as second, because it's like man-child complaining in section number 1, and then put the real reason why this shit exists in section number 2. Yep.
Matchmaking is dumb now.
Man, matchmaking
In
does
2007, Bungie dropped the angelic sex toy that was Halo 3. Kept you coming back for more, and the orgasms only got better. You got to play the game with your friends, finding matches was transparent,
God, I love
the
that
UX was
UI.
fat and thick, those pre- and post-game lobby fights, the service records, and even the limited events before the live service battle passes of modern day. Rock hard, flaccid. Titanium. Tinfoil.
Dick jokes.
Crunchy peanut butter. Store brand expired smooth brain peanut butter. What
Okay.
once was
Poll. Crunchy peanut butter or smooth peanut butter? Go. I need correct opinions right now. Who is wrong? Who's wrong here? Because I know a lot of people are going to be wrong. Crunchy. Yeah, Oh, are you guys just trying to make me happy? I don't want just blind positivity in the chat. I want real opinions. But if you guys do honestly like crunchy more than smooth, then I gotta hand it to you. You guys are smart. I got smart fans, okay? That's probably why I cultivated an audience with one video. Hold on. Let me sit on my throne real quick. Let me put on my crown, because I'm so above everybody. I have the smartest fans. If you guys like crunchy peanut butter, you guys are the smartest fans. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Hold on. Oh.
a valuable tool for matching players into fun and engaging matches morphed into the half-working algorithm that ranks the percentage chance you'd fuck someone on OkCupid.com. Skill-based matchmaking, or similar backpack marmalade, takes your stats and matches it with some
If you guys
other
have ever been
basement
on
dweller
dating
with stats
sites, they would, like-
agonizingly similar.
So that you can
Yeah, they
have
would
a
rank
neat,
your
precise
matches based on like a
bleak,
percentage. Like you are a
gray
90% match.
Infographic 50% win rate. No more social playlists, just sweat and unemployment. If you're not smoking enough crack to keep up with these little
Here comes
shits
the
that just got
best
picked
clip
up from
ever
detention,
from
then
the
get ready for
360
the
era.
extremely clever shit talking in the DMs.
So yeah, you're gay.
So yeah, that is kind of, I guess I was kind of misleading in that part, because I said I'm kind of saying I miss the shit talking, but I'm also saying get ready for the shit talking. It's kind of like a negative, and I play a clip from like over 10 years ago. So that part's kind of misleading, but I don't know. I just kind of felt like I had to frame it that way for the sake of the joke. Even though it doesn't necessarily make sense. But yeah, I thought it was funny the way that part was structured.
What happened to fun? What happened to progression?
Derp, how many challenges do I have to complete today to unlock male fertility?
A billion.
Progression used to mean steady progress, no matter what.
XP coming at you, baby. Nice job in that last match. You did really well, and you're improving. Good job.
Battle passes ruined matchmaking.
It's true,
because
dude.
you're pressured into
Battle
the natural need to
passes,
progress.
man, they ruin
no
so
longer are
much.
you drunkenly making bets with your friends trying to no-scope noobs upside down on the couch with the blood rushing to your head. You've effectively evolved into the kid's washed-up Adderall dealer sweating hard and long enough to get 35 kill streaks to unlock the weed P90.
I don't remember what
Matchmaking
game
isn't
it was
fun, it's
in,
not
but one of the Call of Duties had a weed P90, and I don't remember what it was. But yeah, it does seem like everyone playing these Call of Duty games now is some kind of fucking hype beast Adderall addict, because I don't understand how they play the game as fast as they do.
Transparent, and you can't even see how many players are online anymore, unless you read too closely at dev blogs talking about fucking playlist health.
Oh
or
yeah,
frown long enough.
and people cultivate their live service by talking about playlist health. How sad is that? Make the game fun. Why are you focused on playlist health? It breaks my brain to the point where I want to start screaming.
Until you're magically looking at steamcharts.com, and it fills me with an endless, soulless void wishing for my own death. And that's if you can even bear how long it takes to install the fucking game you want to play. Speaking of, number 4, it takes the latter half of your adolescent years for Call of Duty to install.
Yeah, I don't play any of these games either. People roasted me, rightfully so. Basically, this section is me railing on games for being so big that they take forever to download, but the download is not actually going that slow. Some people, unfortunately, have satellite internet, which has the worst latency on the planet, and it takes forever. Yeah, truth be told, I didn't actually have a way to capture the download screen on my Xbox, because it's in my living room. I know how to use the built-in recorder. So I found someone's stream who was downloading Modern Warfare 2. Because I found a stream where someone was just trying to play Modern Warfare 2 and they ended up downloading it. So I used that footage instead. Right, I feel bad for people that have 10 megabits per second down. That's insane. That's horrible.
Internet for the whole fucking apartment complex. Could you please
Oh, fuck, sorry.
get off? I mean, Jesus Christ. Listen, man, I'm just saying it's not that good. Number 5, remasters of remasters of. Half my fucking shelf is remasters.
Dude, you guys don't even understand how much, like, I feel so strongly about this next segment, positively and negatively. Like, I'm part of the problem. I buy these fucking remastered games. I buy them, and I love them. But I can't stop myself, and I'm part of the problem.
Forbid the industry come up with a new idea. Reboot this, reboot that, reboot my foot up my own ass and charge me 70 bucks.
We're gonna talk
The
about
Last of
that
Us
fucking
was
Super
originally
Monkey Ball
released to
game in the
critical
next
acclaim,
video.
and then re-released 1 year later to critical acclaim, and then re-released again in 2022 with a shiny new title, and the critics finally shat on it.
Yeah.
Just kidding, it released to critical acclaim.
Yeah, and I'm sure The Last of Us is a great game, like an amazing game. I know people connect with it because they made a TV show about it, and people are complaining that it's not exactly the same as the game. So it was a good story, but they just re-released it so much. Like, why? Why not just focus on backwards compatibility? What the fuck is wrong with putting in an old disc and just having it work? These companies are so allergic to that. Ugh.
Wrong, I shotgun hot cold cans of member berries just as much as the next aging depressed Tumblr fan, but we all roll over like a happy fucking puppy when we learn publishers want to charge us again for the same fucking game. There's never been one single re-release with bad reception, except for all of these titles. And even then, they become the definitive way to play those games. And in some cases, ruining the original artistry of the work itself.
Oh, I
It's
feel
beyond
so
cynical,
strongly
but
about
honestly
Anniversary,
kinda funny
and
that 343
I
Slap
gotta
Foot
hand
was
it to
basic.
my boy Noodle. I don't know if you guys know the YouTuber Noodle, but he breaks down exactly why Halo 1 Anniversary is such a fucked experience. This footage I think I got from Nick930, and Nick930, he does a great job of like comparing, like he does direct comparisons to like older versions of stuff. And so that was great for the footage, but Noodle, man, If you guys don't know Noodle, check out Noodle. He has a video breaking down why Halo 1 Anniversary is so, like, it's just lacking in comparison to the old one. Like, the art style being fucked and stuff like that. He can explain it a lot better than me because he's artistically inclined, and I'm not. So, but I still think it's ugly. Like, if you're playing Halo 1, play on the old graphics.
Basically a fan mod texture pack
It is
on
a
one of
fan
the most
mod
beloved
texture
video
pack.
games of all time, and boxed it up with its own artwork that looks like it was
Seriously.
copied from some
Horrible
240p Xbox 720 console concept design YouTube video, and patted themselves on the back and said, holy shit, we are so fucking awesome that we're gonna focus on every single wrong key area possible and shit all over the goodwill of the most patient fan base in existence in perpetuity.
Yeah,
Games
and I
like
guess I was wrong. Half-Life has the most patient fan base in existence. I guess I was just trying to be like a nerd rage, moment.
the Master Chief Collection.
Oh,
and
someone mentioned in the
ironically,
chat.
the
Yeah,
new
Noodle
Last
did
of
an
Us Part
interview
1
with
PC
Marty.
port.
I love that video, and that's where I found out about Marty's golden goose allegory. Like, you can't, you don't want to kill the golden goose or whatever. That's a very good video. I fucking love that guy's videos.
Should have been NBA Street Volume 2 style slam dunks where all they had to do was not screw it up.
Again,
it took Master Chief
prevailing
Collection almost
theme.
5 years to be considered playable.
All
and I'm
these
sure
games
The
should be
Last of Us
slam
Part 1
dunks.
will go the route of
GTA
the
trilogy? This shit should have
where
been a
marketing
slam
will claim
dunk.
The game is fixed with a huge patch, even though it wasn't, and promptly
Wasn't
abandoned
fixed at
since
all.
there's no battle pass. Now, I want to make something very clear. I want to play these old games. I want to be able to prove that I own a copy of a game from another generation and be able to play it. No questions asked. That's just a little tight butthole
Yeah.
called backwards compatibility. What would
The fact that
this
backwards
mess?
compatibility
Emulate-
is not like a universally like demanded thing is kind of insane to me. We just keep rebuying this shit. And I'm part of the problem. I keep rebuying this shit. Like the SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom remake, the Crash remake, the Spyro remake. I've bought all of those games twice. I'm not even shitting you. I bought them once for Steam and I bought them once for Xbox. Fucking send me to jail. Call the cops.
Play the game instead of porting it. Number 6. Why can't PlayStation and
Yeah,
Nintendo
and
realize
this
their
section
back
is going to be me
catalog with
complaining
quality
that like
emulation?
basically every company is an Xbox with their backwards compatibility program because like their native emulation is so good that I don't know why other companies didn't copy that. Now Nintendo obviously is on the right track. They have their subscription service with a shitload of emulatable games, which is good. I'm happy that they have that. But it's not as comprehensive. And I know not every game will be backwards compatible because of licensing reasons, but it is a pro-consumer thing when that's available. You know what I'm saying? And this section is totally absurd and exaggerated because obviously you can play more than one game natively for these platforms, but
The Nintendo
It feels like
Entertainment
you can't
System
play
came
any.
out in 1983 and has about 720 games. The Super Nintendo Entertainment System came out in 1990 and has about 1,750 games. The Sony PlayStation came out in 1995 and has about 3,060 games.
Fucking
the
developers
Nintendo 64
flocked to
came
the
out in
PS1.
1996 and has about 390
And none
games.
to the
One of them being
64.
Ocarina of Time, which Dylan won't shut the fuck up about and is mid at best.
that's the Ocarina of Time comment. Do you know how many people that pissed off? That was the entirety of the Ocarina of Time commentary in my video. So many people said, you know what? I can't watch this video because you shit on a game that I played when I was 4. And I get it. I know you liked it. I'm sorry. I didn't like it as much as you.
The PlayStation 2 came out in the sizzling year 2000 and has a whopping 4,379 games. The Nintendo GameCube came out in 2001 and has about 652
Goated console.
games.
I love the
In
GameCube.
total, that's roughly 10,900 games. How many of these games can you still play today?
Probably
One.
like
I'm
3,000.
pretty
not
sure
just
Crash
one.
Bandicoot 2 works pretty good with an emulator. Sony and Nintendo both called me on the phone and said,
Shut the fuck up, you idiot! God, you're stupid! You don't even deserve to see color. You're so fucking stupid. The whole world should be in black and white.
their words, not mine.
Okay. I didn't want to interrupt that because I love that segment a lot. When I was editing that, that was one of those moments where I was like, you know what? I think this video is going to be pretty good. It's so unhinged. But yeah, if you guys don't know, there's a podcast called The Biggest Problem in the Universe. the two hosts, very, very controversial hosts, Dick Masterson and Vito Gesualdi. But man, they have a few funny bits where they get even more unhinged than me. And that was just a sample from a podcast. I don't know if you guys have listened to podcasts where they just rage out that hard, but that's one of them. Yeah, it's Dick.
Sony and Nintendo have so many IPs wasting away will never make sense to me. For the jaded audience like me, all I want is access to the games during the era you used to be cutting edge and exciting. Compared to today, everything is soft, rounded, safe, and monetized.
I think I fucked up the grammar
Back in the
there,
day,
too.
FMVs were weird and experimental. Gameplay never had a single
if I had a
rule
choice,
as to
I would
how
probably
it needed to
rewrite
be
this section a
controlled,
little
and
bit.
creativity was at an all-time high. Now today's bastions of creativity
I like
live
this
on the
part.
coked out boards of 4chan, or over-realized, overinflated, overly specific simulators launched on Kickstarter, such as eyebrow piercing and butthole enema simulator.
And Power Wash Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator 2 and Car Mechanic Simulator and PC Building Simulator and XX__XX Simulator. I can't remember what I actually screenshotted this from an actual Kickstarter page, and I don't remember what game it was, but all I did was take the text of the title of the game and replace it with eyebrow piercing at the top and put -4K ray traced. But the rest of it is the actual page, obviously, other than the box art. The box art is insane. But yeah, I don't remember what it was. It seemed like some depression simulator or something like that. I don't remember. Some horror game or something.
Number 7. All PlayStation games are C-tier.
I'm sure some simulator games are good. I just don't want to play them.
You got games like
Here's the
God
Jeremy
of War
section.
or Horizon Forbidden West sprinkled next to these AA roguelikes such as Returnal. That's Sony's entire modern library. Here's my point.
Yeah.
A game doesn't have to be a
Okay,
cinematic masterpiece.
Hydro Thunder. Real people know about Hydro Thunder, okay? I still play Hydro Thunder. The original and the 360 version. Hydro Thunder is the shit. And the fact that it never got another release is a shame. Because that is just a slam dunk of a game.
There's other ways to keep a player engaged.
Fuck, sorry.
But it can't be fun, according to this guy, and this guy. Sony games are cynically overproduced TV shows. And to illustrate that, I'll introduce you to Jeremy. Jeremy has seen some Marvel movies when he was a kid, won't shut up about Breaking Bad, and unironically
People who are
watched
mean
some
will
shows
say
on the
this is
CW.
projection.
Jeremy is going to play God of War Ragnarok and Horizon Forbidden West 5 times each because everyone on Reddit is discussing the lore of all the moments he was too bored to focus on. Jeremy also feels the obligation to join constructive Reddit threads about the merits of the $100 million video game. Jeremy
Seriously, how are we okay with video games with all these inflating budgets and they don't seem to get any better? They just get shittier the bigger the budget. I don't understand. To me, that's why I keep repeating it. $100 million budget, $500 million budget. These games do not get better with their budgets. They don't. I don't know. By the way, editing this part was really fun. I think I spent the most time editing this part, and I'm not even good at Premiere. I'm not good at it at all. But there was just a lot of like keyframing and shit that I had to do, and I think there was like, I don't know, like 12 layers of just like putting it in its like origin spot and then zooming it in and rotating the background with the Jeremy part. It just felt like very uneasy and like just like, I don't know, becoming like, what is it called? Like a Dutch angle where it just becomes very uneasy. And I don't hate Redditors, guys. This part rails on Redditors. I go on Reddit. I'm no better than anybody else. But, you know, for the most part, you go on Reddit, you see the most like default NPC conversation all the time. That's why I'm a lurker. You know, I don't post because for the most part, everyone is just trying to say what they think everyone is trying to say or hear, you know, what everyone wants to hear. And it sucks. I don't like communication that's built off of validation. I think it sucks.
also pretends to have always loved Spider-Man before buying the PS4 game. Jeremy has nothing to do with himself because he's alone and undriven. Jeremy has depression. Jeremy is going to rewatch Breaking Bad a few more times and play God of War
Here's
again.
where I'm bringing up
Jeremy
Breaking
has to
Bad.
move some installs
Everyone
off
loves
the
Breaking
secondary
Bad.
drive to the internal drive, and that's
It's a great
probably going
show.
to take an
It's
hour.
just
Jeremy
default,
figures
you know?
he'll try a new video game like Pizza Tower, but it's unfamiliar to him. Jeremy can't sleep at night. Jeremy is going to play Horizon Forbidden West. Jeremy overeats. Jeremy got rejected by the girl at work. Jeremy is going to join a forum for Sony game fandom. fan fiction.
I might have been reaching
Jeremy
here,
is
but it was for
insecure and
comedy.
feels like he's learned nothing in life. Jeremy is going to binge watch Better Call Saul. Jeremy is going to play The Last of Us Part 2. Jeremy is surprisingly still alive. Number 8.
Mean-spirited joke,
Original
but
IPs are
funny.
literally just Biomutant 5.5 out of 10. Start a game company.
I brought up Pizza Tower. You know what? Pizza Tower has been in my wish list forever. I saw a video game donkey play Pizza Tower, and I was like, damn, that game looks fun. And I've never played it. And I really need to, but I just never bought it because I had a bunch of other stuff I needed to play. Hey, you're talking about Better Call Saul having a shit ending? I didn't think the ending was shitty. I thought it was pretty good. What, did you want him to get away with it like Walt? Walt couldn't get away with it. Why should Saul? You know? Maybe you have a bigger brain take than me, but that's my opinion.
And make a new IP. Know what you're gonna make? Biomutant. It's a halfway, semi-decent creative idea that's too ambitious to fully flesh out in a satisfiable manner for any player, and everyone walks away full of empty calories and says,
this game is the epitome of like,
you can have pretty graphics, you can have smooth gameplay, but the second you prioritize those two things over an immersive and creative gameplay loop, your EA games
it looks
challenge
nice
everything.
and it's functionally
This concept
competent,
isn't new
just
either.
like Fable.
Crucify my
But these
dick,
games
but
are just
Fable is
not.
a perfect example of this.
They're not
the
engaging
original
anymore.
Fable trilogy
The world
is
has passed them by.
indicative of this phenomenon I'm talking about. Engaging visuals, smooth enough gameplay, and a continuing complicated case of bulimia. Those games had zero narrative worth paying attention to, zero gameplay addicting enough to engage with the world propped up with paint and plywood, and worst of all, Peter Molyneux marketed it.
Truly,
Connecting
it's
people together and
pretentious.
allowing them to tap on this massive cube.
The pretension
And I
and
said,
the size of the
and I'm
throne this
known
guy
for
is
these
sitting on.
things, I said there's something amazing in the side.
I mean, truly nonsensical. He says that. It's something amazing in the side. Why? Who edits? Who edits for Peter Molyneux and say, hey, buddy, take it again. Take it one more time. Not two more times, just one more time. Say amazing inside, not amazing in the side. No, he says like there's something amazing in the side. That's why I brought it up in the video. Like, we'll play it again. Hold on. Come on.
Amazing, Ed, and I'm
Hold on one second.
known
Listen.
for these things. I said there's something amazing in the side.
Number 9.
See, he says amazing in the side.
Ubisoft. Everyone knows Ubisoft games are checklists. They're the embodiment of fetch quests and guilt through progress bar. Ubisoft ruined gaming!
God, I
They
hate
sucked
all
the fun
Ubisoft
out,
games,
level-gated
dude.
everything, calling it a fucking RPG.
Who
and
has
turned
fun
gaming
playing
from
Assassin's
something
Creed
exciting,
anymore?
challenging, and inspirational into something so rounded,
It's just so soul-sucking,
basic,
and just it's the
and
definition of a
comfortable
time sink.
that it wouldn't be surprising if the next Assassin's Creed
I got new
game
stuff coming to
came
Modi.
with a $5
New stuff coming.
McDonald's
That's why I'm doing this.
coupon.
It's an American
Ubisoft
tragedy.
Plus is an extremely appropriate move for the company, acting as
Yeah,
yet another layer
Ubisoft
of
Plus.
obligation for these
Ubisoft Plus. They
depressed
saw
and
Game
unfulfilled
Pass and they
cubicle
said, I need a
water
piece of
bags
that. I need a piece of that fucking Game Pass ass. You know what I'm saying? we need recurring revenue. We're Ubisoft. People play our games because they feel obligated to, so we gotta play them. Or I mean, we gotta have a subscription service. Here's probably the most cynical joke in the video about a family falling apart. I don't know why this is so funny to me. Just like the darkest cynical humor possible. But I don't know. I had a fun time writing this one.
Wives who
I don't
hate
come
them
from
to
a broken
distract
home.
themselves from the fact that the child they had didn't fix their broken spirit. Bust out the wiki and walkthrough, John. It's time to 100% the game before your wife burns your dinner. Here's a list of things you can buy with that money instead. An artisanal sandwich.
Fucking love
15
sandwiches,
things
man.
At the dollar store. A second phone line to hide the fact that you're cheating on your wife for burning your fucking dinner. Get access to all
Yeah,
the
I mean, I
upcoming
guess it's like the
Ubisoft games on
definition
day
of
one, including their back catalog.
rotting your
$14.99 a
life
month.
away, you know?
Okay. Let's think about what kind of value that money adds to your life.
If you subscribe to
Every service has
Ubisoft
have a
Plus, I'd be
value add,
shocked.
right?
I haven't heard of a
Okay.
single person
What's the last
subscribing to
great
it.
video game you played? Truly great.
SSX3
I'm willing to
is the
bet that whatever
definition of
game
a
it was cracked
goated
90
game.
on Metacritic.
So
How
amazing.
many games do you think Ubisoft released that cracked 90 on Metacritic in the last 10 years? Go ahead.
Yeah, and I
I'll
know
give you
everyone
some time
knows
to
this
guess.
joke, but
I'll
I
give
was
you a
actually
hint.
kind of shocked
It's
about
one
this.
syllable.
The
All right.
fact that
The answer
like
is actually
the
9
joke
games.
the joke is hinged on the idea that like Ubisoft doesn't make good games anymore. And when I was researching this, I forgot about Rayman. I forgot about it. And I played those games multiple times, Rayman Origins and Legends. And those games are fucking amazing. And, yeah. When I was researching this problem, I thought the answer was going to be 0 games, not 1 game.
So if we divide that by 1 every year, we get almost a great game every year. Oh, just kidding. The answer is actually 3. So you're paying $15 a month and you don't even get a coin flip's chance to play a great game that year? Wow. Oh,
sad
just
clown.
Kidding. I lied. The answer is 1. 1 fucking game. And it was almost
Nerd
exactly
rage.
10 years ago. Rayman Legends. Great game. Love this game. More people should have played it. Maybe I should subscribe to Ubisoft. Yelling
Yeah,
aside,
those jokes
that's
where I
basically
like
0
cut off the
great game.
audio. If you guys like those kinds of jokes where you cut off the audio during some type of unhinged moment, I stole that shit blind from Ego Raptor's Sequelitis videos. Blind, I tell you. That dude had no idea how much I stole from him. I'm a total ripoff, guys.
Games a decade. In case you're a high school dropout, subscribe to Ubisoft Plus playing number 10, Far Cry A Billion. Far Cry 6 is the equivalent of those web apps that show your percentage progression through their curated onboarding tutorials, you know? And once you're done,
This joke is a little bit
fucking,
clunky.
I don't know, here's some shit that's been around since Just Cause 2.
I would
Everyone
probably
on Reddit and
take
Google
it out
Plus and vote knows
if I
that
made this
Ubisoft
video
released Far
now.
Cry
I don't know if
3
that's
and said,
overthinking it or
"Oh,
not, but
fuck yeah. And then kept releasing the exact same game for over 10 years. Here's what you get in Far Cry 3. Constant, shitty
I still
random
think
encounters,
this. I still think all this
brain-dead
about Far
AI,
Cry 3.
an
I don't like this
incomprehensible
game.
dog shit
I tried to
mess of
like
a
it when it
story,
came out,
the
and I just
bottom
couldn't.
tier worst crafting mechanics known to game designers, horrible driving, horrible quests, a cop-out sandbox that everyone pretends is super engaging to mess around with because 3 guys recorded a few quote-unquote funny.
Oh, funny story about this. People talking about the Far Cry sandbox. I was at GameStop years ago. This must have been right after Far Cry 5 came out. And I can't remember what I was buying. I was probably picking up a game I bought online. And I think he was asking me, hey man, you want to pick up anything else? And I think I saw Far Cry 5 on sale or something like that. I was like, oh, how's Far Cry 5? And immediately, as soon as it escaped my mouth, I regretted mentioning it. Because I wasn't actually interested in learning about anything Far Cry 5 related. I was just trying to be polite. I was just trying to be, like, he was like, hey man, are you interested in anything else? And I was just kind of like grasping, like, this is back when I still had some starch left in my soul. I was like, yeah, how's Far Cry 5? Oh, fuck, I wish I didn't say that. Because I could see the light up in his eyes, and he's like, oh man. Far Cry 5. It is so much fun. You can strap C4 to shit. You can strap C4 to shit. And you can also strap C4 to shit. I was like, man, that sounds like a ton of fun. That sounds like the funnest fucking thing I've ever heard. And I like strapping C4 to shit, but I've already done it. You know what I mean? Hey, by the way, I'm going to be right back, okay? I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I wonder if anyone can guess what I was doing. Okay. Yeah, it's the waterboarding music. Does make you feel like you're going insane. No, not you.
GIFs on Reddit, and a sincere lack of anyone that gave a single shit about getting it to market. Far Cry is a money printer. A money printer that requires a lighting update once every 4 to 5 years. Blood Dragon might have been fun, but I stopped caring while I was writing this sentence. Number 11, Valve, where the fuck are you?
Yeah, oh, there were some people who... So that joke, right? I stopped caring while I was writing the sentence. There were some people that were assuming that this rant was totally, like stream of conscious. No, this was written down to the word, written down to the syllable. I obsess about the delivery of shit like that. You know, if you ever watch Bo Burnham is like the most perfectionist of perfectionists when it comes to like comedy writing, right? So I think, oh fuck, I just did the cardinal sin. I said right after a point I was trying to make. Do you know how much I hate that? And I just fucking did it. Hey, I'm really cool and I know what I'm talking about, right? Fuck. But yeah, Bo Burnham obsessively, not obsessively, he obsesses over his writing. And I think I did too, to an extent. I just wanted like every word to be punchy and funny. Oh, god damn it.
Valve is legendary. They've released some of the most
Valve, where the
influential and
fuck
critically
are you?
acclaimed games ever made and basically lowered the barrier of entry for PC gaming as a whole. Steam changed PC gaming. It unified all their products, mods, and their community. They
I didn't
pumped that
shit on
storefront
Steam
out,
enough
released
because
a bunch
it
of
is
hats, created
it is a
entire
problem with modern
economies,
gaming,
and
is,
became
like,
the
the
first
storefront and
program
stuff.
any PC gamer installs when their shiny new
But
parts,
it did change
rebuilt
PC
tower,
gaming.
and gaming laptop arrived in the mail. A comfy portal rivaling that of the Blade era of the
And this
Xbox
was the best
360
era of 360
dashboard. Oh,
Everyone
yeah.
remembers coming home from school.
Half-Life
loving that
released in
shit.
holiday 1998 after forming just 2 years prior by future Chungaloid
let-
Gabe
I'm gonna let
Newell
Self-Deficient
and Mike
take this one
Harrington.
for a
It
second.
used a tantalizing cocktail of in-house code and the engines for both Quake 1 and Quake 2. It blew gamers' minds and gave them all orgasms. It's still a joy to play to this day because of how immersive it actually is, and holds up very well in
Half-Life
general
is the
presentation.
fucking
With
shit.
passion, drive, and a lack of sleep, all before everyone cracked down on crunch culture, originating from people who actually gave a shit
Okay.
about the games they developed, like Bungie creating Halo.
There
Valve
it is. There's the crunch culture comment. Okay, right there. A lot of people assumed that I was admiring crunch culture. I am not admiring crunch culture. There, I was only trying to say I admire passion that people put on themselves to get projects they love out the door. And clearly, Half-Life and like the first Halo game. I know Halo later on became like a really bad place for crunch, but in the beginning, like, it was a bunch of people who really loved what they were working on. That shit's done. Like, that doesn't happen anymore, except for indie games. We're going to talk about indie games later. We're going to talk about them later. I admire smooth culture, yeah. This is a hot take. I don't like Black Mesa. I don't like the Black Mesa remake. I prefer to play the original Half-Life. I think it's better. Black Mesa, I think, suffers from the Halo 1 anniversary problems, where it's just kind of artistically too busy. I'm not saying it's bad. I know a lot of people like it, and that's fine. I just prefer not to play it.
Created a masterpiece that holds up today. A few ports even released to the Dreamcast and PS2 as well.
Oh,
This is
mistake.
Where Valve's
Ooh, mistake. There's a mistake in the video. Half-Life never released on the Dreamcast. That was a finished, complete port, but it never released. It was only completed. So it never got released to the public, but it was made. And I said it was released. So throw me in jail, because I'm a piece of shit.
started, and games like this from new studios just don't happen anymore. What was the last good brand new IP from a freshly formed studio? Experiment 101 and Biomutant? Do we have to go over that point again?
Yeah, and if anyone knows of any like fresh,
After
brand new
Half-Life, Valve
studios
just
who put out bangers, just let me know,
expansions,
because I
commercial
don't know
packages
any.
of legendary fan-made mods, a new physics engine that's totally not a big deal, didn't
God,
fucking
Source-
change the rules
Source
of the
was
industry or
incredible.
anything.
Still
a 10
is.
out of 10 sequel that's sadly
Feels
left
amazing to
without
play
its
these
own 10
games.
out of 10 sequel, but the fanfic community gets a solid C+.
No Half-Life
A puzzle
3,
game
but
with a
people
cute
just
cube
replayed
that has probably
Half-Life
one
2,
of the
so
most
it's okay.
sleeper songs during the credit scene that I'm pretty sure no one except me has heard of. Trust me, you
Everyone
wouldn't
say
be
it with
into
me. This was a triumph.
The Hat Economy game, the world's best zombie horde game, second only to Back 4 Blood.
Here we go. Best part of the video.
Really, honestly, is the best horde.
This is
video.
my lovely
What do you-
girlfriend and her brother.
Well, I mean, clear. It's got better graphics. It's got like, you can. It has like modern technologies.
I'm gonna bomb this apartment.
I'm gonna. I can't tell if you're being serious or not.
No, Back 4 Blood is better than Left 4 Dead.
You're full-shitting.
Shut the fuck
I
up.
can't.
No, the cards, they're like visually appealing.
Shut the fuck
No,
up.
Back 4 Blood is better than Left 4 Dead.
Kill yourself.
League of
Yeah,
Legends,
let me explain that a little bit. So I wanted to give some insight into that clip. So someone asked, Darth, you asked if that pick is the actual drink of choice that night. Yes. My girlfriend is Latvian, so she likes and identifies with Stoli. So we were drinking some Stolichnia vodka, and what happened was I told her in advance, when your brother comes over tonight, I'm going to record a conversation, totally like candid camera, and I'm going to try to convince him that Back 4 Blood is better than Left 4 Dead. And I don't know why it came over me, but I decided I needed to do it. So, yeah, what happened was my girlfriend knew in advance. I grabbed my phone. I just used my phone. I recorded like a video, but then I ripped the audio from it later. I put my phone on the counter. I lock eyes with my girlfriend, and she knows exactly what's happening. So she knows that I'm full of shit. She knows that this is all a bit, but her brother doesn't. So that's why she's saying, like, I'm gonna bomb this apartment and like all this stuff, because she knows it's like I have to put up with this jackass making a mockery of her favorite game in the world, which is Left 4 Dead. So I'm basically, you know, blaspheming her religion, right? And I just thought it was a really funny clip. Obviously, I cut it off before it got off the rails, because right after that, it was me frantically, spastically trying to defend my side, but not making any good points. So I just decided to cut it off there.
Better than League of Legends, as informed by people I talked to who sometimes played League of Legends back in 2014, and a bunch of other cool, awesome shit that's industry leading, like Half-Life Alyx.
I really want to play Half-Life Alyx. It looks amazing.
VR tech demos.
I really do.
Fuck, was there a 6-year gap between this and Are you serious? Valve, where the fuck are you? Sure, you've got the Steam Deck and you fumbled drunkenly back when you released the Steam machine.
And I should have gave more credit to the Steam Deck. I made this video when I didn't understand how much of a game changer the Steam Deck is. The Steam Deck is a fucking game changer. It changed my relationship with gaming. Yeah, Massive Eve, you're right. Half-Life Alyx is pretty much the only VR game I know about that I would be willing to play. But yeah, the Steam Deck doesn't get enough credit. The Steam Deck is an incredible piece of hardware. If you feel jaded with gaming, give it a shot. If you like the idea of Nintendo Switch gaming, but you don't like the Nintendo Switch, give it a shot. Play, you fuck.
But no other game developer has such a solid and consistent community excitedly modding your games, making memes, or whatever, except for maybe Bethesda, but they just ended up yelling at the Fallout engine until it agreed to try to be a live service.
If I could do it again, I would re-edit that part. Every time I watch this video and I see that edit, I know it's not that big of a deal, but if we were gonna just rewatch that part real quick.
Yelling at the Fallout engine until it agreed.
So I say yelling at the Fallout engine, and I show this picture and then the Fallout picture, and then behind it I show Fallout 76. I wish Fallout 76 was on top, because visually this is just it doesn't look that good to me.
For maybe
so this is one of the few regrets I have.
Yelling at the Fallout engine until it agreed to try to be a live service. If Valve made an RPG, any at all, and put it on Source, it'd smack everyone in the balls. Get those fucking puzzle dudes to create new concepts for exciting, new, and engaging mechanics.
To this day, Portal is the greatest puzzle game in the world. I don't know how they didn't make a billion.
If they put out anything at all, maybe the conversation would shift away from companies like Ubisoft or Activision or number 12, EA squandered EA Sports. EA sells sports games. It's got a turf,
yeah,
court,
it's just endless sports slog. None of it's good anymore.
Most of these games are released yearly with game-breaking bugs, broken cloud
Oh yeah, that's funny. People trying to play multiplayer together and their saves just getting wiped because they had the pleasure of fucking playing with their friends. No. Unrecoverable your franchise saves. Ridiculous.
Season progress, and the battle pass to end all battle passes. Ultimate Team. It's a loot box game mode. What's a loot box? A loot box is a slot machine.
For degenerate gamblers.
You pay money, you play the slots. Every video game actually had them for about 3 years until some people bitched about CSGO and Star Wars Battlefront 2.
I would re-edit this part too. Visually a little messy.
Potential gambling addicts in the previously untapped market of literal fucking children.
Just like pictures,
you put money in, you get athletes with different
paced.
ratings.
You know, you
make your own team with those athletes. I don't know. Call it an ultimate team. You pay lots of money, get dispensed mostly shit until you finally get a diamond, and still get stomped, stacking your team against people online because no amount of stats is gonna hide the fact that the only word in your vocabulary is bruh. Before all of
I
this
don't
Ultimate
say
Team loot
bruh.
box chicanery, there existed experimentation, excitement, and fun under an actual EA label. And that label was EA Sports.
Man.
Big. NFL Street.
Why?
SSX.
Why did they
NBA
let this
Street,
label
FIFA
die?
Street.
So
These
many
games really made you
cool,
feel
innovative
like you were
games.
These games totally captured the spirit of extreme
They're so
sports at the
fluid
time.
and the
X
controls
games
were so
everywhere.
good.
The Doritos
And
were
they just
going
let it
apeshit with all
die.
their flavors.
Why?
So EA put out a snowboarding game where you can flip your character.
I don't
in every
even like
direction,
sports
jump off
that
painted
much.
metal ramps, and unrealistically
And I'm sure
grind on a
most
chain
people
link
who played
fence.
this shit,
SSX was
like
very well reviewed,
SSX,
so they
how many people
capitalized
played
on that with a
SSX
little
that, like,
remix, but let's
never
just
even snowboarded in their life? It brought, like, these sports to a new audience. And I remember being a kid thinking, man, I want to fucking snowboard. I want to get on a snowboard and do it because the fucking EA Sports big developers made a cool snowboarding game. And it's done. Gaming is done.
Just go ahead and call it a sequel. SSX Tricky. This game was bonkers. There was no limit to what could be described as a trick. Hands, feet, and law-defying physics were everywhere, all while the game blasts run DMCs. It's tricky. The insanity
SSX
doesn't
Tricky
end.
was
There's a DJ
amazing.
that's scratching records and announcing your tricks. You're doing the worm or turning into a helicopter. And this game was fucking hard. AI is aggressive.
Man,
and
I love the
fast.
characters
Learn
in
those
these
shortcuts
games.
because you're gonna need them. Also, be prepared to
Also,
restart
fun
the
fact,
motherfucking
a
trick
lot of
events
these
until you
games that
actually
I
land that triple rodeo uber
got
trick
footage for. I played them myself. I captured the footage. I captured them on my Xbox Series X. These are all emulated on my Series X. So I was running this on I can't remember his name. I think it was Sir Mangler. I think Sir Mangler made these emulators for Series X. He took over the dev branch for PCSX2. And that's how I was playing these games, was PCSX2 on my Xbox Series X. I paid for dev mode, the dev mode sandbox. If you guys don't know about this, the Series X is a pretty bitchin' emulation machine. And that's how I caught this footage. It was on my Xbox.
While nabbing the goddamn ×5 multiplier. SSX3 is objectively better though. Seamless
true.
snowboarding mountaineering
SSX3
from Peak
is
3
better.
to Peak 1 with DJ Atomica was dope as fuck.
Fucking
NFL
love
Street was
DJ
the other
Atomica.
game I played a lot as a kid. I loved football and NFL Street loved me. It was a fast-paced and wonderfully exaggeratingly animated version of the sport.
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
was
You
easy
know
to
what?
pick up and play.
Great point. Cutthroat, awesome. Fans are making emulators for consoles while the companies can't. You know what the greatest part is that those emulators that I was playing on my Series X are applications made for something called the Universal Windows Platform, which is a universal framework of applications that can run across all Windows environments. And the Xbox just runs on a Windows environment. It's basically based on Windows. So stuff built for that can run on the Series X. And the fact that it's just kind of out of the box is kind of infuriating to me. Like, why can't Sony have like a native PS2, PS3, PS4? Well, I think the PS5 can play PS4 games, right? Why doesn't it have a native emulator? Just to like, why can't you just put in a game and it just kind of knows what game you're playing and it just starts emulating it? Why? So annoying. It's so annoying.
Play.
Everything is such fucking wasted potential. That's why I made this video. Wasted potential. And the next video.
Out of character in the way you intended. The outfits are a complete joke, but exaggeration was key here. Your characters jump 1,000,000 goddamn feet in the air to catch a ball. Every movement is definitely big. Play this game with your friends, and every play is going to be a screaming match. Games need to be as intense as this these days, and they just aren't. And as far as I'm concerned, NBA Street holds the crown of being
Yeah,
the
I
only
loved
sports
NFL
game in the
Street
world
and
to make
NBA
chain
Street as a
counters
kid.
Fun. It's basketball, but with all these little moves that consume turbo.
Again,
and
it's
to a
just
meter
like
called the
introducing
Game
sports
Breaker.
games
Score a
to
bunch of
people who
moves
don't
back to
play
back before
sports.
making
I was
a sick
not an
dunk.
athletic kid
Your opponent
at
is
all.
going to shit a brick because they
I'm
are
arguably
fucked.
more
The Game
athletic
Breaker
now,
makes you
but at the
OP
time
as
I was
hell
like a
for
fat
one
kid,
play.
you know?
Can take points away from your
And I was
opponent
like,
while
man,
you
I want to
score
play
some.
basketball like all
Buffoonery
these
that
cool
does not
basketball players
exist
in my video
modern
game.
gaming. Scoring points has never been as fun as in these
How
EA
fun does
Sports
this
big
fucking
games.
snowboarding
The overall
game look?
presentation and feel of these games is still downright exhilarating, while they
Whoa,
are not
whoa,
in
whoa, whoa.
contention for being the
Oh, okay, I thought comestible weeds. I thought you were saying something truthful, like Hi-Fi Rush is getting a live service sequel, and I was about to lose my fucking mind.
best competitive
Shadow,
games
no,
in the
I don't
world,
play
you could
traditional
argue that their
sports,
nature
but
of being
I,
easy to pick up and relatively
pick things up and
easy
put them
to
down. I
master
try to
was
lift
what
weights when I
sold the
can.
entire experience. Speaking of which, number 13.
Used to wanna play football,
Not
but
enough
not
easy
anymore.
to pick up,
Well,
easy
obviously.
to master games. Thanks to the fact that every
This
game
whole
these
section
days
is basically
connected
just
to
like
the
a
fucking
shitting on
internet,
skill-based
tryhards
matchmaking.
are always finding new and innovative ways to measure their dicks. Every game is competitive, which means if you want to master a game, good luck mastering that game against the millions of players trying to master the game. The skill distribution is literally a bell curve. So if you want to be really good, chances are you never will be. But if you go back in
Demon
time
voice.
to play something like
You know,
SSX
I did a lot of the voices in this video, because truth be told, like a long time ago when I was a kid, I wanted to be a voice actor. So again, it's me ripping off everything about Ego Raptor. I'm pretty sure that dude was trying to be a voice actor for a while, and he must have inspired me because I remember I would practice voices and shit, and like a lot of this video is me trying to make funny voices just to make myself laugh or whatever, you know. Sometimes, have you ever done this? Have you ever like been on the way home from work and you just start like making funny voices or having a conversation with yourself, like just a stupid conversation? Maybe I'm outing myself as some kind of schizoid, but I do. It's fun, and I try to make myself laugh just making funny voices.
X3, you never had that constant element of the skill ceiling changing on you. The AI or game was hard-coded, and you could breach their ability definitively. I would 100%
That's kind of a
put
bad
money on the
example,
fact that
because this section's about skill-based matchmaking, and I'm talking about, man, we should have more games that are easy to pick up, easy to master. But if I'm talking about skill-based matchmaking, I shouldn't be talking about multiplayer games. I should be talking about single-player games. So I think the point here could be made better. If I could make it again, I would probably do it a little differently. But again, just for the sake of comedy, so I wasn't trying to be too critical about it.
the gamers today are way more insecure about their gamer abilities than they were 20 years ago.
It is
gone,
true,
I
though,
say,
like-
gone are the days of trying to impress other awkward people by proclaiming you're a epic gamer. Now everyone just plays Fortnite on
This
their
is
phones
true,
while
though.
watching GTA
Like,
5 roleplay
I
streams in
remember
the background.
people thinking
Get up,
I
Joshua,
used to-
dinner was ready 40 minutes ago. Also, your dad found out about your progress report, so start crying. I drove
I like that joke. I remember my showing off playing games to my friends, like Guitar Hero or something. Like in a bubble, people thought I was good at video games, like in my circle of friends. And so that's the point I was trying to make. Like, I remember playing video games and getting good at them used to be easier. But I guess it's kind of a false equivalence to bring up skill-based matchmaking in that same conversation, because multiplayer, single player is kind of a different conversation, right? So if I could, I would do it again, probably a little differently.
Thunder Hurricane,
Hydro Thunder
Crash
Hurricane.
Team Racing,
Oh,
all those
Crash Team
Nintendo
Racing is the
platformers,
shit.
Spyro the Dragon, Halo campaigns, rhythm games like Guitar Hero and Rock Band. Spend enough time in these games and you almost certainly would become very good. You might not top the leaderboards on speedrun.com, but you almost always reached a sense of nirvana playing a game efficiently with great mechanics in a trance-like state. Those tricks and SSX that you land that just net you the 3 question marks, man, that's a good feeling. Do you get the same feeling playing Modern Warfare 2 Search and
No.
Destroy? No! Who cares if you're slightly better than a
Yeah,
seventh
because
grader?
everyone better
Indie
than
games
you
may
is like a
scratch the-
child. Do you guys follow the world champions of Tetris or other puzzle games like Dr. Mario? Everyone who is insanely good is a child. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it makes me feel old and shitty and bad and shitty. And I love watching competitive Tetris, man. Those kids are so fucking good. It's scary, you know? And I thought I used to be like, oh, I'm a god gamer when I was like a kid. But no, like these kids today put you to shame.
But I got a bone to pick with them. Number 14. Every indie game
Oh,
is a
this is
color-
one thing I meant to mention earlier about these title cards. These like number 1, number whatever. And then all this impact font. Again, ripping off Ego Raptor. Is the Ego Raptor warship not completely fucking obvious to everyone?
blocked, low poly, roguelike. Too many indie games are roguelites and have a pastel color block aesthetic and are low poly solely for the sake of nostalgia. That's it. That's the point.
All right, gotta pause it. So that was another thing people railed on me, was my shitting on indie games. Guys, I'm not shitting on indie games. Okay, that section was dedicated to one specific thing about indie games I don't necessarily love. But if anything, since this entire video was supposed to be negative, the fact that I only had one sentence to shit on indie games was a compliment. It was supposed to be kind of a compliment. It was supposed to say like, listen, I don't have that much to say, but here you go. Okay, bye. Like, there are some people who thought I was shitting on indie games and all I play is Call of Duty and Halo Infinite and all this AAA schlock. But the truth is I love indie games. So, yeah, there you go.
Number 15. All games are still made for PS2. I don't have a lot to say about this category, but console generations are too long. The one that felt the longest was the gap between the Xbox 360 and the PS3 jumping to the Xbox One and PS4. Truth be told, gaming still felt pretty shitty to play on console during that period.
I wish I could redo that
best era to be a PC gamer, so you could brag to your friends that you have things like a high refresh rate monitor and a liquid CPU cooler that you won't maintain at all. Gaming on consoles got a huge
I remember building my own
PC.
I got an AIO water cooler, never maintained it.
Most games are still developed with the previous
That's where that joke
generation
came
in mind. Game makers are constantly sacrificing cutting-edge technology for people stuck in the past. And granted, it may be a difficult situation to get out of, but I don't care. Innovation is important. Damn it. Number 16. Digital sales are complete bullshit.
Okay,
Digital
I probably
sales
fucked
ruin
this
physical
section up a little bit too.
Most of the time,
this is
when
kind of
you
my
buy a
biggest
console
regret
game,
of this
there's
video.
nothing on that disc
because
other than the license and the uncaring
I
blue.
don't go over the DRM specifics of Xbox and why I wrote this section, but essentially, your game needs to authenticate at least once with the server to play your game. So that means when the Xbox services ultimately go offline 20 years from now or whenever it is, then you're not going to be able to play your game on a factory reset Xbox because your game won't be able to authenticate at least once. And that goes for single player games too. So I fucked this section up. I wish I could rewrite it a little bit as well.
Blu-ray letters staring back at your worthless fat face. Buy a game digitally. Great. You'll get to play it forever, right? Oh, wait. To keep this point short, you should be able to buy a license for something and use it indefinitely. Relying on cloud servers to stay online forever for me to download the game at my will 20 years from now is obviously retarded.
Gamer word!
The servers will be gone, so that's why I opt to buy the physical games. So imagine my frustration when these
Here's a Scott the Woz
motherfuckers
clip.
just put key codes in the box and call it a day.
It is bullshit to open a game and get a key code.
My Xbox discs will be worthless one day.
Aren't we
since all
better
they're
than
good
that?
for is
Can't
a
we just
digital
get the
license,
disc?
or maybe a broken pre-alpha version of Cyberpunk 2077 burned to them or some shit like.
Does everyone know what this picture is from? Please tell me you guys know what this picture is from. I just think it's a funny picture because of what ended up happening. I put the Cyberpunk image over it. That's right. This is the No Man's Sky. We just finished the game and burned. The game went gold. We burnt the game. And it's the final game. The 1.0 release that everyone hated. And everyone killed their parents over it. Everyone opened the... Never mind. I'm not going to continue that line of thought. But yeah, it's the No Man's Sky development team. Oh, God.
Like that. Number 17. Everything is a Discord bot. Fuck Discord. The UI sucks. The notifications are fucking annoying.
Yep.
Every server
Fuck
has like
Discord,
a
I
billion
still don't like it.
asinine rules. Everyone on there is terminally online and doesn't know what the concept of having a life or grass is. And every server has that one channel where all it does is spew out bot-generated garbage that
I'm willing to bet that exactly everyone here has had bad experiences with people on Discord as well as Discord moderators.
Get off Discord. Let's all go back to Skype.
Who remembers the Skype days? Because everyone was on Skype before Discord. Discord came out, I can't remember what year it was exactly. I think it might have been like 2013 or something. I can't remember. Might have been 2014. But yeah, everyone used Skype. Equally shitty, obviously, for its own reasons. VoIP technology back then was not good. Discord did it better. That's why everyone used Discord. But Discord has become this amalgamation of rules and servers. And, yeah, it's just not fun to load up a new Discord server. Like, you're excited to join a new community. And what do you get? You get a welcome screen that's like, hey, you have to react with, like, an emoji to get a permission to post in the general chat. React with an emoji to these rules with what personality you are. Then you get access to general. And then you finally get access to general. And you know what you do? You say hello, and then you get banned. Because then you learn that 5-letter words are not allowed in the server. Yeah, there's too much grooming. Too much grooming on Discord. Every single time there's like a exposed video, every single fucking time, it is Discord screenshots. How much rampant abuse is happening on Discord at all times? I'm sure it was more on Skype. I'm exaggerating, you know? It's a platform where people communicate. Facebook is just as bad, whatever. But it is funny. It's funny to observe.
And number 18. Thanks to the fucking internet,
Oh, sorry. It's all right.
gaming is now a job. You need to keep up on multiplayer meta, balance changes, game sales, milsim Discord clans, DLC, what games are functional and which are completely broken and which platform that's applicable to, grinding battle passes, moving games around your
I mean, this
drives
section kind of
because these
speaks for
companies
itself.
turned you into your
I
own
wanted this to be
personal
the
fucking
hardest hitting
librarian
part
for
of
their
the video.
uncompressed
Like, you couldn't
audio
argue with
files
it.
and fan-made wiki instructions on how to play these obtuse, janky games made in Unity with poorly made or zero tutorials. Gaming is not fun. It's an obligation. It's maintaining broken
You guys ever had
relationships
abusive relationships
people
with
on
friend groups?
Discord who have BPD,
Like gamer
so you have
groups?
someone to
I feel
play
like it happens a
chivalry
lot.
with once every 2
Happened
months.
to me.
It's grinding out a battle pass because developers paywall satisfying multiplayer progression. It's staring at your own library for 30 minutes.
I heard this is the
unable
moment where most
decide
people
what
wanted to
play next,
kill themselves in
installing,
Minecraft.
uninstalling, and moving games
too
from
relatable.
drive to drive. It's a transparent memory of something that was exciting.
I didn't realize
It's
that.
cynical.
Well,
it's
real quick.
the
I'll give it a
opposite
second.
of fun. It's over.
It's over. Thank you for watching. I remember editing that ending and thinking I wanted to be lazy. So I said it's just going to be the text. I don't want to put up any fancy graphic. So it was just it's over. And then the thank you for watching part, I was like, oh, that makes me think of Adult Swim. So that's why I put it in there. Like the ending card. I was like, oh, it's kind of has like an Adult Swim vibe. And I won't lie, I remember coming up with that ending. And I was pretty happy with it. I feel like that was when I knew that the video might be good. It might be good. Because I was like, oh, cool. Like, I feel like it's tightly wrapped up. So I was pretty happy with this video. I'm still proud of it. Obviously, there's some stuff I would change about it. But the way it came out obviously surprised a lot of people, including myself. I did not understand the type of traction that this video could get. I didn't realize I was espousing so much relatable shit. Like, I was making a video for me. I thought it would be me complaining to my friends about my experience, but then I learned it was like everyone's experience. Like the staring at your own library shit. I don't remember a ton of people talking about that, but that's like, that is a lot of the fucking experience. Even if you're on console, PC, whatever, that is the modern gaming experience. And no one talks about that shit. Yeah, Danny, were your expectations the same as the BioShock video? Yeah, I thought no one would watch it. I thought it would just be a flash, not even a flash. I thought it would just get no traction, and my friends would watch it. That's all I wanted. So for fun, and I'm not gonna pause it because I want this stream to be over. I'm sure a lot of people here are
To all
tired.
you who-
We're gonna watch the BioShock video. I'm not gonna pause it. We're just gonna roll right through it, and I'm gonna give you guys commentary on this. This video, real quick before we start, this video was made while I had COVID. And fun fact, I was in a band with one of my friends, and we were about to go on tour. I was a drummer in a band in the past, and I had this BioShock video I was working on in the wings, right? And my vocalist friend flew in from Florida, and we were about to go on tour. We're talking like the morning of, we're about to drive to our first tour stop, and he tells me he feels like shit. And I'm like, okay, are you all right? And he's like, let me take a COVID test. He's like, I have COVID. I was like, fuck! Fuck! because I knew the whole tour was canceled, right? So then, I had a license to Adobe Premiere. I had footage for this Bioshock shit, and I had the script, so I started working on it. That's how this Bioshock came out. The reason I have a YouTube channel is because of another failed creative adventure that I had, or a creative venture. So like, you can attribute like some of your success to direct failure. Like, so if you're ever thinking about stopping or whatever, something that you want to do, just, I don't know, keep trying to be creative, keep scratching the itch, because clearly it turned into something. And we're going to watch this video, this Bioshock video. This was the first video I made, trying to make, like, these comedy essays, right? This video was made over a year before the Modern Gaming video came out. So, yeah, obviously I didn't have... There's a lot of, like, hard edges I haven't smoothed out in terms of, like, my abilities. Like, I didn't really know how to edit that well. My writing was a little more spastic. I was trying to be more over the top. And I'll tell you right now, I don't like this video. If I could do it again, I would not put out the same video. I'd make it a lot differently. And specifically, I hate the intro. So let's go ahead and watch it. I won't stop it.
Seeing each of these title screens, how do you feel right now? I'm willing to bet the feeling is complicated. Shut the fuck up, you bigoted, mongoloid, plebeian, contrarian, fucking potato! There's water in one, which is like the opposite of the sky and infinite. And how could you not see how brilliant timid Raccoon Man is for this deep elemental statement? That's what I thought. By the way, all the Bioshocks are perfect because
I think I thought it was funny because it was so unhinged. But it's just too over the top. It's too try-hard.
Again, look at my Big Daddy plushie. All right. Look. The plushie is cute, but my fourth favorite game is Legend of Ocarina.
Another Ocarina of Time reference.
Cut it out. No one said this doesn't come from a place of love. I love Bioshock. I love that no other franchise could quite nail the specific grandiose presentation the series was going for.
I don't know if I would ever redo this video.
The environments for the games define the level design.
There's a few points I'm proud of, like this.
These games feel like they're setting.
The Bioshock games feel like they're setting. That is true. And there are a lot of like open world games that don't accomplish that.
It's hard to ignore that the first game was
like when you play a Bioshock game, you know it's Bioshock just because of the level design. Like it feels like the environment.
Bioshock games
and that's because it's underwater.
With immersive sim elements akin to Deus Ex and System Shock. This means you shoot pew-pew guns, but you can pry the greats for knick-knacks.
Like that joke doesn't make any sense. You can pry the greats for knick-knacks. Like it's not even like it has like the rhythm of a joke, but it's not really a joke.
I'm a good guy. Keep walking forward, or I'm evil and super angry. Stop walking forward. The architecture, the dialogue, the world-building audio logs. All the fucking audio logs! It all meshed so seamlessly together and was presented in such a dense package that it made the series stand out
some of this
and
could
feel
be
more
funny if I like
immersive
rewrote it slightly.
There was no stone left unturned here. Bioshock's worlds are fully realized. The series did all this without
here we go.
being an open world
here comes
slog
the
full of pointless
impotent
side
nerd
quests
rage.
and map markers like the pig fuckers at Ubisoft left shitting out every 2 months. We've created a video game with a really big map,
This
and
voice
also
was fun to
NPCs
do.
have daily schedules, and there's loot and crafting and a battle pass, and we scientifically fucking engineered a way for the skybox to shift gradients every 10 minutes. So that
I don't
the
even
art
remember
assets look
what
shitty
video
under
game
two
this was
lighting
for.
conditions
I
instead
think
of
I just
one.
googled
Now let's all get in our time
Skybox
machines and trip back
comparison,
to
and I just
2007,
picked the
where Ken
first
Levine gave
fucking
birth to
video,
Rapture.
or the first image
This
that came
is where
up.
our story begins. Like any new great
Oh,
IP, the industry
yeah, and this
stuck
part
its
doesn't
claws
make any
in it,
sense.
said
I say this is where the story
more, and I'm pretty
begins,
sure Ken
and then I
Levine
talk
was
about the
confused
end
and
of the
said that
development of
was
Bioshock 1.
it. 2K didn't appreciate that, so
Doesn't
they
make
loaded
any
up Tinder
sense.
and silently swiped right on his cousin from the West Coast and proceeded to guilt the shit out of him for not wanting to enjoy the fucking hobbies they initially bonded over. Instead of Levine's insistence on chilling the fuck out for a second while he reevaluates his life, West Coast cousin Swipe then got baited into an emotional affair which got them thinking about how they could show their crush they mean business. And next thing you know, there's a 78-person gangbang on top of nothing but Xeroxes containing the phrase Big
Really
Daddy
don't
more
like the
money
way I
make.
edited
With
that
the
title
first game,
card.
you can
I really wish I
clearly
could
make
have
out the
come up with
beginning,
something more
middle,
creative.
and
All I had in me was
indisputable
text, I
end.
guess.
It begins and ends with Andrew Ryan alongside another kindly fellow. The game was over and you were left thinking about all the little sisters you either swallowed or gave head pats to, but if you didn't give them head pats 100% of the time, I don't want to know you. The game speaks
Absolutely
about
true.
moral dilemmas.
It's almost not even worth it to
libertarianism,
harvest the little sisters, that's for
utopias.
sure.
It's a well-crafted game. It's fucking rad. The gameplay might be as stiff as an overloved sock at times, and the hacking could only be considered some weird table decoration from great
I wouldn't necessarily change that joke about a stiff overloved sock.
God damn it if it wasn't full of heart and explosions and character and atmosphere. It doesn't hurt that there's a steel bolt crossbow that delivers tantric, sensual, orgasmic, fucking brutal headshots. Making a sequel to this game
this part was very divisive. I feel like I have to talk over myself screaming.
I remember because this game popularized useless lore scattered throughout voice recordings that were purchased in contextual.
I personally think this part's a little funny still, but
psychic wizard whose mental prowess only serves knowing exactly when to
immediate turnoff for probably a ton of people.
Quality of life and overbearing audio log issues aside, BioShock reinvented what sequential level linear game design could be. You had some decisions to make along the way.
Yeah, I thought the
end
was funny.
Experience with 2 endings.
Yeah, it was way too long. Way too long, that part.
Well. The same assets.
Oh, here's that unhinged.
Make it an inconsequential sequel. BioShock 2 sucks.
I tried to redo that laugh, and I could not redo it. I got it on the first take.
All right,
I was
BioShock
like,
2,
I could do it better. I never could do it better than that.
I don't care at all about your opinions, and if you're just watching this since you're just trying to fall asleep...
Yeah, so a lot of people don't like the fact that I shit on BioShock 2.
What I do care about is the
whole point of this video is that I liked BioShock 1 a lot. I love BioShock 1. I still do. But I don't like BioShock 2.
Nothing about BioShock 2
and a lot of people seem to. They think the
numbers
gameplay is better, and
game's
therefore it is better,
environments
but
with
I don't know. I
slightly
thought
improved combat
BioShock 1
mechanics
kind
and
of...
simplified gimmicks. Story?
Man, the atmosphere and the story were so much of it, and the narrative... BioShock 2 just didn't capture that.
Sleepy time energy main villain in the entire series, and you don't even get to spoiler warning.
Yeah, you know, that was one thing I meant to... I noted that I wanted to talk about today, Massive. Minerva's Den is good,
to get her message across.
But I still prefer BioShock 1, and I regret not talking about Minerva's Den in this video.
She's completely indistinguishable from a single level
antagonist from the first game. The narrative is a lot better than the base game.
Smaller antagonist from the fucking game she's in. She might as well be a fucking splicer. She's so inconsequential to Rapture. Makes you want to just bash her fucking head in with a golf club. 10 out of 10 game. Video games.
I was worried about making that joke about bashing her head in with a golf club. I thought it would be too edgy.
All the little sisters through bad,
I said,
fuck it. Horde waves so that Sophia can radio you to tell you to go catch a cold, stop foiling my fucking plans. You tell her, no. Keep protecting the little sisters and fight the world's most annoying enemies, the big sisters, which amount to spooky, scary skeletons in a dive suit with the gravity multiplier turned all the way up like a bad Halo 3
I didn't even really
game.
mean this part.
You do that about 10
because honestly, the big sisters are not that bad of a fight. But I'm like shitting on them like they're a bad fight. But honestly, they're probably the most interesting fights in the game. So I don't even really know why I made that point.
The actual fucking story
I think I was just trying to channel angry gamer vibes as much as possible. I
wasn't
being as honest as I should have.
I want to go up. Up they went until they were super racist and back in time. Call it a prequel, but I prefer to call it better than BioShock 2.
I do love BioShock
it's also
Infinite.
A prequel to the sequel.
Interesting because I didn't like BioShock Infinite when it first
this city's
came out.
Fucking floating in the air.
But I replayed it and I was like, this game's fucking amazing.
Sir. When BioShock Infinite was ramping up to release, hype for the game was undeniable.
No, that's a lie. I first played it when it came out and I liked it, and then I replayed it like 2 years later.
Like Rapture,
and I hated it. I don't know why I hated it. I think I let the discourse get to me.
Taking it all in, it's hard to call it an asset.
But I recently replayed it.
Crafted.
And
once coined the term spunk
like before this video, I think I played it like 6 months before I made this video, and I fucking loved it. It was a great game.
And while this may or may not describe BioShock Infinite as a whole, it places the game at a time when these elements of a first-person shooter were checkbox requirements so that future vaping burnouts addicted to Call of Duty might at least put it on mom's separate Christmas list. On top of the shooting galleries and 2 weapon slots...
Remember how I said I made this video during my friend getting COVID canceling our tour in my band? I showed him, and that was the only part where he laughed. My buddy, like I showed my buddy with COVID the video. I was like, hey, here's what I made since our tour got canceled. And I got to that point where it says, put it on mom's separate Christmas list, and he laughed. He said, that's so dark.
This may sound like a downgrade when the original 2 games let you carry around an Acme crate full of shit that blow up the Roadrunner at all times, but start flying around on some sky rails, and all of a sudden the game feels like a chaotic, frantic ballet akin to Doom Eternal.
The game mechanics in BioShock Infinite were really cool. I really liked the sky rail, and I thought it made the combat like really fun.
not Bioshock 2. If Bioshock 2 proved that standing on gameplay alone wasn't what got gamers rock hard about the first game, then it makes sense why Bioshock Infinite works at all. Flaws and all, it's artistic expression. Instead of plunking
I wouldn't
down
necessarily
the credit card
change
and
the end
firing
of this
up the
video. I
Microsoft
think the end of the
Office suite
video
to
was
manage
accurate,
employees'
at least to
deliverables
my
and
feelings
deadlines, make pretty
about the
upward arrow
series.
money graphs for the bigwigs, or suck Satan's massive, thorny, sweating, pulsing, angular, pentagonal, sinful, bloody penis.
How'd this get in here?
You can spot the moments.
That
of
part,
craft.
I was ripping
You can
off
feel
Jim
where artists
Gaffigan's
and
voice.
programmers designed
You
and
guys ever
built
heard Jim
something from the
Gaffigan,
ground up. Nobody
like,
wanted
pretend
this
to be
game
the
better than
audience
Ken
of
Levine
whoever's
and the
watching?
people
Like,
that worked on it.
why
Regardless
is
of
this
whether or not you
thing
think it
bad?
works,
Like, I
the
was
game
just
is
trying to do that.
inspired. Elements of the game are downright creative, and the sandbox during combat is pretty exhilarating. And honestly, it's fucking fun. Here's a list of reasons why Bioshock Infinite isn't a flaming piece
More
of
impact
garbage regardless
text.
of your wrong opinion. Number one,
I do like this
it's
part.
pretty. I want to take this game to prom. I want to feed this game chocolate-covered strawberries. I want to bend this game over and fuck. Number two,
It's like the
fun.
definition
I
of
want to
like,
ride this game
respecting
like a
the
cowboy.
rule of threes, you
I
know?
want to drive this game like a fast race car. Vroom. I want to bend this game over and fuck. Number three, it's meaningful. I want to give this game a hug. I want to write this game a poem. I want to bend this game over and follow the yellow brick road to its heart. You may have your own judgment when you're initially made aware of the game's sin counter on the Spunk Gargle Wee Wee scale, and so do I. But Bioshock Infinite
Yeah,
is
real
worth
people
your time.
fuck with
I
zero
don't care if you
punctuation.
didn't like it. It was worth your time. Know why? Because fuck you! But really, there's nothing else like it. There won't be sequels made like Bioshock Infinite ever again. It's Bioshock 2 from
my
here
origin
on out.
story.
You get the slop.
My
so
friend
eat
got
it up,
COVID.
pig. Know what you get?
This is
Crackdown
what I
3,
ended up making.
Mass Effect Andromeda. Pure vomit coming
Yeah,
out
you're
of an
right,
asshole.
Massive Eve. Yep,
Duke
yep,
Nukem
yep.
forever. And that's
That was
the point.
that was an
Since
interesting drama
Bioshock
to follow.
Infinite, when
was
has
the
there
end of
been a
zero
AAA
punctuation.
sequel made with such obvious love for the source material? These days,
That was
I'm
kind
not
of
even
a
impressed
weird
with
question
inherent
to
quality.
pose
You
to
can
the
make the
to the
argument
audience.
that
I
the Call
say,
of Duty series
when
of
was the
games are
last
very
time
polished, but I'm not
a
impressed.
game with such
I want
obvious
heart
love
to
for the
return to
source
industry,
material was made? But
and
there's
I'd
a
eat
ton
a
of
bag of
games
angry
that
wasps
were
if that
good
ever
sequels
happens with the
that were
AAA
made,
franchise
man.
ever again. Video games suck, and so do you for buying the Halo Infinite Battle Pass.
So do you for buying the Halo Infinite Battle Pass. And that's it. Those are the only 2 videos I've ever made on this channel.
Lore and gaming go
I
together.
don't know what this is. Oh, man. That's it. Ah! My earbud is falling out of my ear. Man, this stream went longer than I thought it was going to. I thought it was going to be 2 hours, and someone totally got me good. They said, oh man, this modern gaming commentary is going to be so fucking long because you keep pausing it. And you know what? You're right. I'm sorry. All right, well, you know what? Let's just do, we'll do a Q&A for a little bit, just as long as you guys want. If you guys have any, like, you know, ask me almost anything, feel free to throw it in the chat, you know. I'll throw on the Crash Twinsanity music just to drive you guys fucking insane. Let's go. All right, let's put on some ball game footage. Fuck the hacking. Yeah. We all love Super Monkey Ball. Yep. No, this was just like a fun little in-between thing I wanted to do. Like, just to make sure that people knew that I still like doing this stuff, and I am appreciative of everyone that watched, and it's cool, like, to make a video that everyone seemed to identify with, and you know, here I am. I am working on ball games, you know? I'm working on it. Do you have ADHD? No. I don't think so. Alright, if you guys really hate the Twinsanity music, I'll turn it off. Well, it seems to be divisive. Maybe that's, like, literally the point. Because it seemed like a lot of people were divisive on the modern gaming videos, so maybe just my presentation is divisive. Would you make a Discord server? And I'm not rating the rest of the question. No. I don't like Discord. I don't want to make a Discord server. I don't want to manage mods. I don't want to do any of that stuff. I don't really want to, you know. All right, fine. I'm going to bring it back, but I'm going to turn it down. How about that? All right. Should be quiet. Yeah, no Discord server. Favorite video game? It might be SSX3. It might be SSX3. Those from Burnt Waffles. Comestible Weeds. I hope to make something like your videos someday. I miss this style of reviewing. Well, that's easy. All you gotta do is rip off fucking Ego Raptor and John Tron and Angry Video Game Nerd and call it a day. Are you sure you don't have ADHD? I guess how sure could you possibly be if you haven't talked to someone about it? I might have ADHD, I don't know. Will you make a Skype server? Sure, I'll invite 3 people to it. We should put on Rayman music. Oh, I guess I could put on... Oh, the Rayman Origins soundtrack is so good. Let's put on Rayman Origins. If you guys don't know the Rayman Origins soundtrack, there's that one that's like... You know what I'm talking about. Let's see, where is it? Oh my god, I'm never gonna find it. Oh, is this it? Oh, I found it right away! Oh, hell yeah! It's like free jazz. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. Let's scroll up here. Let's see. Alright, Rayman music. You got it, Duck Knob. Feels like you do have ADHD, honestly. Maybe you're right. I don't know. What are the worst problems with the Halo Infinite's Forge editor that you would change if you could, especially compared to Halo 3? I'm curious since I'm about to make a level editor for my own games. Look at you, Sonic fan. Well, I hope it's cool. Yeah, I mean, a level editor in a game should be as simple to use as possible. There was actually a Crash Bandicoot Unity game that someone made recently where you can make your own Crash Bandicoot games. That was fucking awesome. It was easy to use, and if it gets people excited to share their levels, you probably did a good job. Halo Infinite, custom games died right away because the shit was too hard to use. That's honestly what it comes down to. It's too hard to fucking use. Do you have a collection of merchandise for specific games? No. I think oh, well, I'm looking at a plushie I bought my girlfriend. I bought her a Sonic Adventure 2 Evil Chow plushie. But I'm not really a big video game merch collector. If you were to make No Man's Sky fun, what would you change? I don't know, a greater sense of purpose. That's a tough question. Let's see. Do you have a clearer idea for the future of your channel? I probably didn't explain this well enough, but my next video is going to be about ball games. Like, games that I consider to be tight, focused experiences about physics-based ball games. And usually that equates to Super Monkey Ball games, Katamari Damacy, Marble Madness, Marble It Up, Pinball, stuff like that. And I really miss just how like tight Super Monkey Ball and games like that were. Like, you had one objective, you know, roll. You know, get to the end of the stage, roll up a bunch of shit. Like, they just don't make games like that anymore. Except unless they're indie games. And sometimes a really focused indie game is just really fucking good. Favorite console? Ooh. That's a tough one. Might be either the PS1 or the GameCube. Best video game? I think I already said that earlier. I think I already said that earlier. It was SSX 3. When making tacos, do you add sour cream first or last? Last. Because I'm white. I have a feeling that's some kind of bait question. What do you mean by 4chan is a creative place, mister? I think I wrote that joke because I just thought that a lot of memes originated from 4chan. I don't think it was meant to be that deep. Like, a lot of memes came from 4chan, like Duck Roll, Rick Roll, stuff like that. If people thought Twinsanity was waterboarding, prepare for some really wacky shit with Rayman. I thought the Rayman Origins soundtrack was really, really good. Favorite indie game? I'm playing Rogue Legacy 2 right now. That game is fucking incredible. I'm most certainly going to play it tonight after the stream ends. I'm going to pop open my Steam Deck. I'm going to make a frozen pizza. Sounds so sad. I'm going to play Rogue Legacy 2. I love that game. But there were a lot of cool indie games that I played. I remember, like, for some reason, one's coming to the top of my head. This game called Chroma Squad. That was a good game. And then, let's see. Man, should I just bust out my Steam Deck? Let me look at my Steam Deck. Let's see. I love Darkest Dungeon, although that game pisses me off to no fucking end. Oh, Froggun. You guys ever heard of Froggun? Froggun is a great game. I'll show some footage of that. It's kind of like a throwback to PS1 graphics and stuff. It's here. So it's kind of like this platformer game that's inspired by PS1 graphics. I fucking love this game. Played the whole thing, got all the collectibles. I had a great time playing it. And honestly, this is probably one of the only, like, true indie games of recent, other than Rogue Legacy 2, that I can really think of having played recently. So yeah, if you guys got any, if you guys need a game to play, maybe check out Froggun. The controls are a little janky, however, it is a bunch of fun. Let's see, let's go back to Rayman Origins. Yeah! Yeah! Oh, indie game. I was playing Into the Breach. And what was the game the guy made before that? FTL. Of course, those are like all-time best indie games. Although Into the Breach pissed me off. It's one of those games that can kind of like make you angry right away. Who didn't love Shovel Knight? Shovel Knight was like one of the greatest games of all time. Super Meat Boy. So I guess I like a lot of those classic like Xbox 360 arcade indie games. If anyone remembers the indie game scene from that era, that was a great era. Also, I'm not sure if you guys can notice how bad I'm playing on the screen here. This is pre-recorded footage, but I have a lot to say about Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. Man, they fucked up this game, let me tell you. The controls are so fucking whack. If you know anything about the original Super Monkey Ball games, this... Oh, man, it's almost a travesty. I guess Angry Birds could be a balls type game. Alright, let's check out these comments. Super Monkey Ball's a shit. Alright, what did I leave off at? Most played game. I think that might be Rocket League. I think Rocket League is my most played game on Steam. Or it's CSGO. It's one of those two. I can't check right now, but it's one of those two. It's either Rocket League or CSGO. Apple or Android? Android. Easy. Although, sometimes I have an existential crisis about that decision. I was hoping you could be more specific about what parts of it are too complicated since I haven't used it myself. You were probably referring to the level editor, or the Forge mode in Halo Infinite. The Halo Infinite Forge mode, Sonic fan, is, it's kind of like a watered-down version of a video game engine. Like, a lot of it has visual similarities to something like Unreal Engine. Like, there's a lot of, like, visual scripting and stuff that you have to do. And for someone who just wants to pick up the game and make a level like you could in Halo 3 or Halo Reach, like, where you just, like, open a menu, pick an object, place it. Like, it's just not as easy. Like, there's way more, like, macros that you have to memorize, like, button combinations and stuff just to do this fucking shit. So, yeah, make your level editor easy to pick up and put down for the layman. What's a game you are surprised hasn't been remastered or remade? That's a good question. I have to think about that one. Let me turn down the music a little bit. That's a tough one. Man, you broke my brain on that one. I don't know. There's probably a lot of JRPGs that fucking weeaboos love that they're probably thinking of right now that they're mad I'm not talking about. Let's see. What's a genre of game that has gone out of style that you'd love to see back? Ball games. Honestly, that's like what the next video is about. It's about like there are some new ball games that are made, right? Like physics-based ball games. But it seems like a lot of the stuff that's being put out today is just not as good or focused as the old stuff. And they're almost always like really fun if it's like a tight, refined experience. Danny, how old are you? How old do you think I am, dude? A lot of people thought I was a boomer. Let's see. Ever heard of Cyber Shell? Made a 1-hour documentary on the Chow Garden. Maybe that's where I got the fucking footage from. I don't know. Jet Lancer is probably one of my favorite indies right now. Devs are cooking something really good too, so I'm waiting for that to come out. Okay, Jet Lancer. Hot Pockets and indie games sound like an amazing time. Yes. Window Kill. Okay, is that like Viewfinder? I think Viewfinder's been on my wish list for a while. Check out Onirism. Okay, I will try. Same vein, tries to throw back to a certain era. It's very 6th gen 3D platformer. Do you have a favorite DS game? I didn't play the DS as a child. I guess I wouldn't... I think as a kid I was jealous of one of my friends who had a DS because he had Nintendogs, and Nintendogs looked like fun. But I'm probably WarioWare. That's all I would play on that. Would you want to make your own ball game? Or own game. Ball game's not included. No. I think game development would easily suck the enjoyment out of it for me. Yeah. Owen, your video on the gaming industry was absolutely phenomenal. I loved and related to every last second of it. Amazing work. Thank you, sir. Danny, 27. Shadow, 32. Somewhere in between that. Sonic fan. Alright, thanks for the advice. One thing I'll definitely try not to do is make the editor not expose too many options at once. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a good priority, I think. Favorite 8th generation game. So that's Xbox One, PS4. I only played PC during the 8th generation. So my experience with video games is I was a child and I had the PS1, and after that it was I actually owned all of the next generation, the PS2, the Xbox, the GameCube. And then after that, I had owned at separate times the Xbox 360 and the PS3. And after that, I had always fiddled around with PC games since I was a kid, but that next generation, the Xbox One, PS4 generation, I did not like it. I thought it was too compromised, and I thought PC gaming was just more unlocked, so to speak, higher frame times and stuff like frame rates and stuff like that. Hey, do you play fan game requests? I made something. Typically not. Sorry, Amon. Shadow, damn it, it's 30 and a quarter, isn't it? I mean, I guess you're close. A little over. Darren Coyle, what Sonic game is this? That was actually Super Monkey Ball, Banana Mania, and since it's a Sega game, you can play as Sonic. Nonchalant Boyo, opinion on the Fallout show. I haven't watched it yet. I was planning on it. I watched The Last of Us TV show, and I thought that was pretty good until I learned everyone fucking hated it with a burning passion. Typically with TV, man, I'm watching like the most garbage shit. Like just like fucking Love is Blind, 90 Day Fiancé. It's like it's a it's a thin, narrow wall between stuff like Mad Men and Breaking Bad, and then just the bottom of the barrel reality shit. But I do want to watch it. Let's see, Verdansky, would you do this full time if the channel got big enough? No, I would not do it full time. I don't want to be a content creator. I think the idea of it is very stressful. I like doing it as a hobby, and I plan to keep doing it as a hobby. Danny, Titanfall 2 story thoughts. That game was fucking awesome. That campaign was amazing. I loved that campaign. I was a huge fan of that campaign. And the robot dying was sad. I didn't cry, but it was sad. Have you played any Pokemon games? If you haven't, do you think you'd like them? One of the first functional emulator experiences I had was when I was in college. My first year at a community college, I got a laptop from my parents. They said, you graduated high school, so here you go. You get a fucking laptop. Go crazy. And I downloaded a Game Boy Advance emulator, and I played Pokemon Fire Red? I think I played Pokemon Fire Red. Or it was Leaf Green. No. Well, it was one of those. It was the remake of the original Game Boy Pokemon game on GBA. I got through like 3/4 of it, and I didn't really like it that much. But I kept playing it because I felt obligated to play it because everyone loves Pokemon. But I wasn't a huge fan. I don't know what didn't grab me to it. I think it might have been the complicated battle mechanics. Like, there's a lot of like systems that you have to be mindful of, and I feel like the people who are good at Pokemon always know what attack is good against what type and stuff like that, and I just couldn't get my head around it. It's probably because I'm too dumb. Favorite beat 'em up? I feel like I have one. I feel like I used to play beat 'em ups. Oh, easy. Fucking Golden Axe. I love Golden Axe. That game's shit. I think I've only ever played Golden Axe 1 because I remember as a kid, one of my one of my parents' friends' neighbors had a Golden Axe cabinet. And I used to play on it every chance I could, and it was sick. I loved Golden Axe. Did you play the Wolfenstein games? No. I'm thinking, sorry. I think I played Wolfenstein 3D for a little bit, like the first one before Doom. Thoughts on anime Japanese media? What a loaded question. Thoughts on Japanese media? It's bad. It's all shit. Gibberish Jungle? Okay, hold on one second. Oh, hold on. Keyboard has to reconnect. Rayman! Gibberish Jungle. Oh yeah, that's a banger. That's a fucking banger. Let's see. Thoughts on Japanese media? Man. I don't know. I tried watching Kill la Kill one time. And I think that was when I learned just anime is not for me. You know, I like some JRPGs. Like Chrono Trigger is probably... Oh, someone asked me earlier what's my favorite game of all time. I forgot to mention Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger is probably my favorite game of all time. Next to SSX3. But yeah, I'm not a big Weeb fan. Favorite Rockstar game? Grand Theft Auto 3. I will play Grand Theft Auto 3 forever. Have you played any of the Ace Combat games? I remember I had the first Ace Combat game on PS1. I think it was actually called Air Combat before they changed the name to Ace Combat. Wasn't a huge fan, but I was a child, so it was a video game to play. What's your go-to Hot Pocket flavor? None of them. I don't really like Hot Pockets. They're too hot. They're too hot. They come out of the microwave, burn the fuck in your mouth. You know. You ever play Golden Axe 2: Revenge of the Death Adder? Revenge of Death Adder. No, I have not. What is that? Japanese anime, more like Japanese shit. Japanese anime, more like Japanese shit. What's your favorite movie? You know, there's this funny song. That totally like rails on like white guys' movie tastes by this singer called Wallace. My girlfriend showed the song to me, and it was totally a fucking It was a shot at me because it described me so much. Like, it was like, oh yeah, you're a drummer, huh? And I'm like, yeah, I'm a drummer. It's like, oh yeah, your favorite movie's Pulp Fiction, huh? Yeah, my favorite movie's Pulp Fiction. It's just such a, like, it just got me so good. My favorite movie probably, honestly, is like Pulp Fiction. I know that's a boring answer, just like Breaking Bad is a great TV show. Like, everyone knows that. It's not a secret. But let's see. Favorite open world game? GTA 3. Already said it. What keyboard do you have? I have a Keychron, what? I just bought it. It's a Keychron K10? Hold on, let me check out what it is. I will tell you in a second. I ordered it on Amazon. It's a Keychron K10. I like it quite a bit. It's probably the best mechanical keyboard I've ever had. I used to have a Logitech G910, I think is what it was called, Plus, with brown switches, and I was not a fan. Let's see. Yeah, Rayman Origins. Rayman Origins, man, that's one of the greatest games. I fucking love it, Rayman Origins. I might like it more than Rayman Legends. Yep, I was a drummer. What switches? I bought the, I think it's the equivalent of the Cherry MX Browns. Because, it's funny, like, I like the idea of going full hog on one side or the other, like blues or reds, but I hate the sound of blues. Not necessarily that they're loud, but the sound of them just kind of grates my ears, and then reds, there's not enough tactile feedback, so I always default to the in-between, which is usually browns. Do you like monkeys because of Super Monkey Ball? What kind of question is that? PC specs. I have a... Let me pull up HW info. Hold on. I don't have it up. Shit. I have a Ryzen 5. I think it was a 3600X. Fuck, I could be wrong. I built this computer 2 years ago. And I have a RTX 3060. I have 64 gigs of RAM. I have like 4 SSDs in my computer. One of them I bought, or I'm sorry, I have 3 SSDs and one giant 8TB hard drive. And I bought that 8TB hard drive as a backup because I started making videos, so I needed a backup drive. Yeah, I got 2 M.2 SSDs and then one SATA SSD, just kind of as an extra because it was a legacy one. And, what else do I got in there? I think that's it. I got a Noxua cooler. That thing's pretty cool. Opinion on games like Kingdom Come Deliverance. I used to love immersive sims because of BioShock and stuff. Like, I played Prey, and I liked games like that. But eventually, they were too, like, cerebral. Like, I had to think too much, so I ended up gravitating more towards more, like, arcadey stuff. My opinion is that they're good. Like, I want to play them and I want to like them, but I won't go out of my way to play them anymore. Like, I just don't think I have the same... I have too much ADD gamer brain. Rayman Origins is better than Rayman Legends. Yeah. I know I said that earlier, but I'm trying to figure out if I still agree with myself. I feel like they're both so good, it's hard to pick one over the other. My favorite keyboard key is the one that isn't fucking loud. Yeah. That's probably the Reds, then. Favorite album. Ooh. Favorite album. We Are the Romans by Botch. That is my favorite album. The Origin of Mathcore, next to the Dillinger Escape Plan. Do you have a favorite Zelda game? There's a right and wrong answer. I like the original Legend of Zelda for the Nintendo Entertainment System. I had way more fun playing that than any of the other Zelda games. 64 gigs of RAM, what for? I had open RAM slots, and RAM is not that expensive. And honestly, I had money burning a hole in my Amazon gift card, so I just bought some RAM. What's your favorite game to mod? Favorite total conversion? I don't really have an answer for that, sorry, man. Let's see. Have you ever listened to I Got a Name by Jim Croce? Or Croak? Crochet? Croquet? Is it Croce? I bet it's Croce. No, I haven't. Sorry. Have you played X Defiant? And if so, do you like it? I talked about it earlier in this video. It kind of seems like an FPS with no identity. It seems, kind of boring. Alright, guys, just a couple more and then I'm probably gonna get out of here. Just got a YouTube notification. Remember your existence, so you're a streamer now? Well, you showed up at the very end. This is a single one-off special. This is a one-time thing. I told everyone that I'm probably going to do something like this in between full-length uploads. So I do have a new video coming out in the next few months. It's about ball games, and it's going to be a full-length video. Actually, I haven't said this yet, but it's about 45 minutes long. And that's going to be the full-length upload. And this stream is basically just to say, hey, I know it's been a long time, sorry. But, hey, you could watch the rest of the stream. You know, we go over quite a lot, so... In fact, I probably talked way too much. I had more I wanted to talk about, but we went too long. This is 3 hours and 20 minutes long. Too long. Let's see. That's a nicely balanced system. Do you keep up with tech or just dip out in and out when needed? No, I keep up with it. I love technology. It's what my career is in, so I'm here for it. You know what I mean? Favorite YouTuber other than games content? Ooh. Frederick Knudsen comes to mind. His Down the Rabbit Hole series is fucking fascinating. I like Lost Media content. All Things Lost. Let's see. Lemino or Neo. I think they make like kind of like it's kind of like thriller mystery content. It's really entertaining. Anyway, yeah, those are some of my favorite YouTubers that aren't games content. If there's a monetization system you can delete, what would it be? Battle passes. I'm sick of battle passes. I just want like in-game progression like there used to be. Favorite ball game? Super Monkey Ball 1. Easy. Super Monkey Ball 1. What do you do if it's okay to share? You can imagine what I do. I mean, I work in tech. Let's see. Silly question. Can you explain the Jeremy part of the modern gaming video? Yeah, I was, some people would say it was projection. Just me complaining about the type of person. But, yeah, I feel like it's just going on Reddit and listening to people talk about the things they love. It just always came down to the same few things, and, you know, Jeremy was an outlet for me to vent my frustration that people love comics content so much. And I was trying to equate that to people who love PlayStation, like, incorrectly. Like, it's not an equivalent, observation, but I was trying to make it for the sake of comedy. Let's see. Well then, what do you do for a living? Your mom. Comestible weeds. I remember when Lemino made Rage comic videos. What? He made Rage comic videos? That's awesome. I made Rage comics too way back in the day. Opinion on Drake versus Kendrick. Well, if your opinion isn't Kendrick, then you're a smooth brain. Let's see. What are your... Oh, okay. Actually, you know what? This is probably a good question to end the stream on and say goodbye after. What are your thoughts on the current state of YouTube content? Man, besides a few content creators, Kelsky was here earlier, and I love his videos, and aside from a few people like him, like, I think YouTube is one of the sources of just dissatisfaction that I have. I used to love YouTube content, and I was so influenced by it, like my sense of humor and like my personality, like from the creators I used to watch all the time. And now YouTube is a job, which is fine. Like, people make money, you know, whatever. Do whatever you gotta do to make money, but a lot of people I used to grow up watching turned it into a business, which I understand. I would probably do the same thing if I didn't have anything else to do, but it's clearly sucks the passion out of it. Like, it's obvious to see, and you know, there's a few content creators I love, and I'm sure you guys know them too, like, and I still like them. Like, I watch their old content, like AVGN, Ego Raptor, and Game Grumps and stuff. Like, I used to watch that shit all the time. And there was a point where you could tell that the cynicism kind of took over and said we need to turn this into a business, because what are we doing if not just wasting time? Yeah, ever since then, around 2015, I'd say, it's just been kind of getting progressively more and more content farmy. Not a fan. Game Grumps is so ass now. I mean, I'll say for sure that it wasn't what it used to be. That's what I'll say. You know, they seem like cool guys, whatever, but it doesn't seem like they're having as much fun as they used to, for sure. All right. Well, guys, I want to thank you all for coming and hanging out with me during this live stream special. A great time to check in on your old boy, Self-Deficient, who fell off harder than any other YouTuber, including Game Grumps. But I am going to start working on the next Ball Games video, and I will let you guys know when it's coming. Hopefully in a couple months at the very latest. All the audio is edited down, but I need to work. Oh my God, no! I was gonna show you guys a fucking sneak preview of the video. Oh! Fuck! I do have ADHD. Fuck! Well, I have 4 minutes of audio clips if you guys want me to play them. Do you guys want to hear? The video is 45 minutes long. I have 4 minutes of content to show you. The audio is completely edited down. I just have to cut the video to it. All right? Okay, we're getting an enthusiastic sure. Sure, man. Sure, play it. That's the most enthusiastic. All right. Let's do it. Let's see. Desktop audio. Let's make sure all this shit is paused. Okay. I have 4 clips. I'm not going to interrupt it at all. I'm just going to let them play. You guys are going to sit here listening to them, okay? We all know what's going to happen? All right. I'm going to play the intro to the next video, okay? And it's just audio, so you gotta use your imagination. It's very apt that we have ball game footage playing in the background, because that's what the next video is about. It's about the highs and lows of ball games, okay? So here we go. Let me turn this up.
Come on. Yep. I'm gonna come! Warning, the following video you are about to watch contains a grown man excitedly extolling the questionable merit of games made for children. The words used should not be repeated by anybody and should be taken with a grain of salty salt unless you plan on regressing into the mind of a YouTuber upset at modern gaming for not making you hard anymore. Viewer discretion is a toilet. You can make your own decisions. Aaron, Brian, Carter, ellipses. Turn that rotten eggplant into a throbbing cucumber. We're talking about ball games. A natural evolution of the games of kickball and foursquare played on the blacktop asphalt, transmogrified into the den of a socially awkward savant speedrunner whose only method of communication to the outside world is the Twitch chat, and their own private Discord channels unlocked through Patreon. Don't be intimidated though. You don't need to be a world-class Chad finding obscure level skips to enjoy the flow state. Take a ball, roll it around, write some instructions around it. You got a ball game. Put a monkey in the ball, make the ball bigger, trigger the fuck out of your player base. Even better! There are no rules as long as this thing has one side and consistent physics. A game with such a simple premise opens the door for some of the most creative presentation ever seen in game development. What we're looking for is that feeling of fairness, that every failure is on you, idiot, and a game that offers a linear path to improvement. How much simpler can it get than getting better at getting the ball from point A to point B? It's Nirvana in gaming, offering genuine satisfaction for your accomplishments and challenging you right away. Today we're celebrating the highs and lows of the beloved ball game.
Okay, so that's the intro to the next video, just to give you guys an idea of what's coming next. And I guess it's apt that I showed the least amount of people possible, because 100 people were watching earlier, now only 50 are. I'll clip this later. This will be uploaded later. So that's the intro. I got 3 more clips to show you guys. If you... Oh, let's see. There we go. If you guys don't know much about Marble Madness, there's a little bit that I talk about Marble Madness to the fabled release of Marble Madness 2 that I'd like to show you guys. So here we go. Here we go.
Marble Madness was released in 1984, and Marble Madness 2 had finished prototypes in 1991. There was an ocean of innovation and market shifts that happened during that period of time. The NES and SNES were both launched in America during that gap. Instead of remodeling the house, honoring the bones of something great, and adding a tasteful BDSM kill dungeon, Atari just spent 7 years installing carpet directly over the hardwood floor and random stained glass in the garage. Wasting the potential to create a timeless franchise, they let it rot and buried it. Publishers think they need all these flashy flares and fucking tassels to sell a ball game because the premise is too simple and people will be bored. Little babies. People speedrun individual levels for the worst Mario game in the series all day on Twitch because it feels satisfying to play. A good ball game excels at feel and direct feedback. All it needs is a focus on the fundamentals. Marble Madness 2 didn't do that well after the acceptable period of time to capitalize on the success of the first game, just like my YouTube channel, and the franchise consists of one legendary game, realizing the absolute minimum of potential. Marble Madness was released in 19...
So that was clip 2. We got 2 more. So I was just talking about Marble Madness. Little sneak peek preview of the Marble Madness section. We got another section talking about, I think both of these next sections talk about Super Monkey Ball. I just labeled this Rage Stage clip. I don't necessarily remember exactly what part of the video this is referencing, but it's talking about the Rage Stage. And I believe I'm equating it to like the stages of grief. So here we go.
The Rage stage is an inherent stage in mastering a ball game, much like the stages of grief. After rage comes depression, that you'll never improve. And after depression comes alcoholism. And after alcoholism comes the intensive care unit. And after the intensive care unit comes rekindling the bond with your family and prioritizing your health. And after that comes improvement in your little ball game. Marble It Up Ultra may not be better than Marble Blast Ultra, as the controls and stages in that game are a little tighter, but it sure is a big celebration of ball games. I really hope to see another, as I refuse to play the challenge stages because the voices won't stop! After your Marble Madnesses and your Marble Blasts, you might be thinking, why the fuck is this guy so obsessed with marbles? Aren't there more ball games that don't have a marble in the title? A new challenger approaches with a large inappropriate girth. Katamari Damacy, or Damacy, or whatever the hell, rocketed onto the sizzling Rafflecopter WTF BBQ of a console, the PS2, in 2004. It is, without a doubt, one of the most creative and downright joyful experiences I've... The Rage stage is an inherent...
I guess I put a fade out on that one. Yeah, nice little SpongeBob reference to that if you guys remember the Krusty Krab training video. I got one more clip to show you. It's about Super Monkey Ball 2. Just so you guys know, this isn't spoiling too much. These aren't even the best jokes from the video. I intentionally didn't clip the best jokes. And the video is going to be 45 minutes long, and I'm only showing you like 4 minutes of it. So just consider it like a little bit of a fun preview. WTF BBQ of a console, the PS2. Yeah, it was a fun one to write. Alright, last one. The game adds switches that change various things about the stages, such as speed or activating platforms, and you know what? I'll just say it. These switches aren't fun. They don't add any enjoyment and are annoying to activate. Trying to roll over these switches too quick will cause you to roll right over them, so you gotta kiss these fuckers just right under the moonlight or they won't text you back, even though you texted them from the 50 fresh Google Voice numbers you generated in case they may have blocked your number or something insane like that. They'd never do anything like that. They'd never do anything like that! Most stages also have these insanely annoying lead-in ramps that take like 5 seconds to cross, which is annoying if the stage has time-based switch platforming and you already have
have to wait 20 seconds for the stage to line up just right and then die. So you start over, rolling over this lead-in ramp, hit a switch, wait 20 seconds, die, roll over the lead-in ramp, die, roll over the lead-in ramp, grab the pills, choke them down. Even though Super Monkey Ball is supposed to be this tight and refined experience, a lot of these stages feel like filler. You will have just completed the Satan's prickly wiggly retractable penis stage and then immediately roll into afternoon cookies at Grandma's fairy tale gumdrop mansion. The game...
There you go. I hope it sounds like an enticing video to watch. I have a very weird process. I work on the video before I work on the audio before I ever work on the video. So, yeah. It's going to be about ball games. We're talking about all the things I love and don't love about ball games. I appreciate that. I'm glad you guys seem to like the direction of the writing. I tried to make sure that it was worded in an entertaining way. Well, it's been great. Goodbye. Getting out of here. I understand that. Me too, man. I want to get out of here. I'm dehydrated. My mouth is dry. I can't word that any less autistic, but I get what you mean. Yeah. I think the idea of the ball game video will be that no one has a more just intense and unnecessary opinion about ball games. Yeah. Hey, you know what we should play while we leave, while we say goodbye? Guys, it's been real. I will be back probably in a few months with the ball game video. After that video comes out, you might not hear too much from me again, but I will plan on doing another live stream in between that video that drops and whatever next project I have. I'm not sure what the next one after ball games is going to be just yet. But, I will try to make it good, I guess. There's a few ideas that I have, but I have to make sure that I have enough to say about them that's funny. More streams, please. I don't know. This stream was bad, wasn't it? Be honest, man. You don't want more of this. This wasn't good. This wasn't technically set up correctly. This was awkward. This was my first time doing this. Yeah. I wanted to treat the live stream like a special. You know, it's like a little bit of a special episode. Yeah. Yep. And I'm like JonTron. You guys remember that video JonTron made a long time ago? Like, I still don't know how to make endings. That's how I feel right now. I don't even know how to say goodbye. Oh, man. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to my friends. Thanks to Kelsky for showing up. Thanks to my girlfriend, who I love with all of my heart. I think she was watching this. She's the best. She's a huge cheerleader and definitely a muse. She's definitely the one who told me that, you know, you're obsessed with ball games, right? And I was like, fuck, you're right. Thank you, Jeremy. That's right, Shadow. Thank you, fucking Jeremy. Everyone fucking Breaking Bad in the chat for Jeremy. Let's give Jeremy what he wants. Give him fucking AMC dramas. You know? Mad Men and Breaking Bad. Let's go. Breaking Bad in the chat for Jeremy. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. It's just delirium. Golf clap. Yeah. Wait, hold on. It'll be better if I pause the music. Hold on. Pour one out for Jeremy. That dude got roasted hard in my video. He deserves one. Alright, guys. It's been real. Take care. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Thanks for dropping by. I really appreciate it. Go watch Breaking Bad. Go play some Katamari Damacy or Super Monkey Ball. Go play Rogue Legacy 2. Go play your favorite video game. And have a good rest of your weekend.